Hello and welcome to Lakeside Complex here in Raymond Terrace for the D-Grade Southern Grand Final between the Abermain Hawks and the Cardiff Cobras. You can see the Abermain Hawks coming out onto the field. Good afternoon. It's Paul Arundel in commentary with you, and alongside me we've got Matt Spohr. Good evening, Matt. Good afternoon, Matt.
G'day, Paul. How are you? What a great day for footy.
Yes, it's a bit overcast. We haven't had any rain so far. We've had two games played previously on this field, and so far the weather's been kind to us.
Yeah, it has been, and hopefully it'll stay away. And relatively cool conditions, so I'm sure the players will appreciate that, especially after 80 minutes of football.
You just hear the ground announcer probably drowning us out. If you're tuning into the stream through Bar TV Sports or the Newcastle Under Rugby League page, out come the Cardiff Cobras out onto the field on the red and black. Good crowd in for this D-Grade Southern fixture. As I said, the weather may have turned a few spectators away, but it's pretty full on that far side. So I'll quickly go through the teams. I'll go through the Cardiff side. At fullback we've got Tony Bruce. Number 2, Phil Smith. 3 is David Blair. 4, Ray Saunders. 5, Dylan McIntosh. 6, Onlin Duncan. 7, Eric Hilt. 8, Andrew Paul. 9, Dylan Baldock. And in 15, Stephen Dunn. 11 is Brendan Creek. 12, Mark Ellis. 13, Dennis Gordon. 14, Matt Johnson. 20 on the bench is James Holloway. 16, Shannon Killen. 17, Matt Edwards. 18, Michael Burns. And on the bench is also Kai Green in jersey 10. That's the Cardiff. I'll quickly go through the Abermain side. 1 is Tom Abbott. 2 is John Hugg. 3, Tim Fitzpatrick. Aaron Hughes in 4. Daniel Smith 5. 6 is Nathan Hudson. 7, Nathan Robertson. 8 is Hayden Baker. 9, James Hickey. Dean Penican. 12, Hayden Gillen. 11, James Abbott. 13 is Shannon Harmey. That's the Abermain Hawks starting lineup, and I'll quickly go through their bench. It is Cameron Davis, Josh Simon, Joddy Griffiths, Zach Johns, Jordan Field, and Jay Sylvester. Gee, struggled to get through that.
Did well.
We're just waiting for a kicking tee to come out on the centre.
Source of your frustration all year, Paul?
It's always good, the restarts or the starts of games. You see so many mistakes from the kick-off. So hopefully we don't see one. As I am a local of Cardiff, so I don't want anything. But we're underway. The D-Grade South Grand Final here at Raymond Terrace. And it's a very awkward takedown there by Duncan. And solid contact there straight away. And eventually Duncan's wrapped up on the 10-metre zone. So probably just a couple of settlers here early is the order of the day. And looks like we've got a knock on, so not the best start for the Cobras.
No, not a good way to start off a grand final. Hopefully they'll get it stuck in defence and make up for their error.
So ideal start for Abermain Hawks. Some big fellas out there for the Hawks. So we're underway. And that's Abbott. There's been a few jersey changes prior to kick-off, so we'll do the best we can. So they come to this short side. Inside pass to Baker. Baker, he's a big lad. Took about 5 to bring him down. So you've got numbers stacked to this short side, but they go centre field. Through the hands now. That's Abbott. Tom Abbott gets the pass away to Harmey. Still going through the hands. And eventually Hughes is going to be wrapped up. 5 metres out from the Cobras line. This is Harmey again. Second touch this set. Desperation tackles there from the Cobras. Quick play the ball. Going through the hands again. Robinson with it. Puts it on the toe. It's been cleaned up there nicely. I think it's Tony Bruce, the fullback, taking the ball. So the Cobras bringing this out of their own danger zone. Shocker mission from the Cobras today. Adam Kaminsky missing out. Big shout out to Adam. Was hoping to play his final game today. So the Cobras still in their 10-metre zone here. They get a kick away. It's not a bad kick, but the breeze has held it up. It's only going to go to the 40 and bounce back into the hands here. There's a chance for Cardiff. There's a very good chance. He's got it. Yes. Phil Smith, he's been wrapped up. Wonder what was going on there. Perfect kicked in the end.
Yeah, very good result from that.
So the Cobras now, perfect opportunity, gets the ball away. They're still going through the hands. Cardiff, Duncan with it, holds it up nicely. Gives it out there to the number 12, Ellis, steps back inside, still going with it. And eventually he's going to be brought to the ground. 5 out from the line. They go to the short side again, through the hands. It's not a bad ball to Duncan. Duncan, a lot of touches early. And that's the last tackle. So, I thought that kick was a poor one. Turned out to be an absolute beauty for the Cardiff side.
Yeah, it held up in the breeze, but it held up to Cardiff's advantage.
So Abermain's turn now to bring this out of their own territory. Here's Baker. Solid contact there. 3 Cobras in there to make the tackle. 4, in fact. This is Harmy. So the Hawks just getting over their 20-metre zone. That's the number 11, Jim Abbott. Slow to get up to play the ball. Goes back to the kicker. He puts it on the boot. That was Robinson with the kick away. And Bruce is underneath it. Tony Bruce. One of the players of a late jersey change. And that's the number 2. Number 5, in fact, Dylan McIntosh. So scamper from dummy half. Johnson. Here's the big lock forward, Dennis Gordon. Interesting, there's a couple of different styles of jerseys out there too for Cardiff. There's the big number 8, Andrew Paul. So it's the last tackle now for Cardiff. They go through the hands. This is Hilt. Little chip over the top, but the fullback meets it. And he's going to be met there by Smith and Blair in the tackle. So Abbott, Tom Abbott, he's taken high, and the referee says that'll be a penalty, thank you. First penalty of the afternoon.
Yeah, the referee, Damon Callender, all over it there. He saw the contact high, straight onto it.
It's not a bad touch finder. It'll just be about half a metre inside Cardiff's territory.
Plenty of enthusiasm from both sides, as you would expect in a grand final. Defences getting up there and some big hits.
This is Abbott. Just short of the 40-metre zone. Hickey at dummy half. Harmy. 3 Cardiff bodies in that tackle again.
They're definitely getting numbers in the tackle, which is good. Lock that ball up.
This is number 10, Pettican. So Hickey will wait for it again at dummy half. Goes to Robinson, the halfback. Runs to the line, gives it out there to Fitzpatrick, but he's wrapped out. The ball's come out the back. Referee hasn't seen it. Tom Abbott's picked it up. I think he got a call from the touchy there to say that he spilt that. And now we've got a penalty.
Yeah, touch judge just looking over here on this near side, indicating a strip.
So Robinson with the ball in hand. He'll just take the tap and he'll give this straight to Baker. Baker, he's still going. It's a very good run from Baker. He's very close to the line. Good start for Abermain this set. I'll need a quick play the ball. They come this short side through Robinson. He's over. Abermain get the first try of the D Grade South Grand Final. That was all too easy.
Yeah, crashed over quite softly there. A little bit of a hole in the line, and defence is not marking up. Very easy try first up.
It comes off a very good run from Baker. And so Abermain take first blood here in the D Grade South Grand Final.
Well, that's the start they've been looking for. A few people out there would be aware that the Abermain club has had a little bit of hardship in recent weeks with the arson attack on their clubhouse. So that'll be a great start for the Abermain players and fans to this grand final.
Just having a few problems with the headset there, so I've just fixed that up. Hopefully you can hear me okay now. So Tim Fitzpatrick, 15 in from touch. And see, didn't seem to be a strong breeze out there, but that first kick from Duncan from Cardiff, it held up. So he'll have the wind behind him here, Fitzpatrick. And that one just goes straight across the face, so it remains 4-0. Abermain Hawks over the Cardiff Cobras here in the D grade South Grand Final of Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League.
With a try to number 7, Nathan Robertson. Conversion was unsuccessful. Abermain 4, Cardiff yet to score.
So Cardiff will bring this back to the halfway, and in jersey 20 it's James Holloway who will put this on the kicking tee, and he's just been asked to move it a bit forward, just not on right on halfway. So a restart. It's not a bad kick going straight at the uprights. Abbott did well to take it, but it's been spelt by Baker. Just made a very good run a couple of moments ago, and now he's just spilt at his lollies.
Yeah, not what you wanted, especially after scoring points. You usually want that next set of 6 to be a solid one. Dropping the ball in your own 10, yeah, big mistake, especially after, as you said, Paul, that great run to set up for the try.
Yeah, a few nerves, which is no surprise in a grand final. So Eric will feed it. Eric Hilt, that is. And this is Blair. Blair trying to get away from a couple of tackles, but eventually wrapped up on the 10. So Bruce will wait for it at dummy half. And the referee has going to call a penalty here. Pushing down in the tackle player, trying to get up for a quick play of the ball. So another set. This is Holloway. So what have the Cardiff Cobras got here? They'll wait for that little scamper from dummy half from Baldock. So here's the big 13, Gordon. Gordon still going. Still 2 metres out from the Hawks try line. I'll go through the hands now. Not a bad pass, just went to nobody. It's been picked up by Blair. Blair's second run in a matter of moments. Creek at dummy half goes himself. He's got Fitzpatrick in front of him. Fitzpatrick wraps him up. And we've got another penalty for offside.
He caught them unawares there on the blind side.
So it's the 15 here. Not sure who he is. Haven't got him on the program. Maybe I scribbled him.
Dunn.
Stephen Dunn, thank you very much. That's why we pay you the big bucks, Matt.
That's right. Quizmaster Matt knows everything.
That's Gordon. Centre field, 10 out. They go to the left-hand side. Nice cut-out pass. It goes to Bruce. Bruce trying to get around, and he's eventually wrapped up. So here come Cardiff again. This is Ellis in the headgear. Baldock waits for it at dummy half. Inside pass to Gordon. Gordon slips a nice pass there. There's still a lot of Hawks around the ball, and they wrap him up. Last tackle now for Cardiff. Baldock puts it on the toe. It's not a bad kick. It's been cleaned up by Abbott in the goal. Is he going to get out now? That's the question. No, he's not. So another set of 6 for Cardiff coming up.
Very enthusiastic chase there by the Cardiff backline. Helped catch the fullback in goal.
So if you're watching the stream and you're wondering what the hell's going on over the background, there is a C-grade game that's just been wrapped up. We'll try and find out the result of that shortly. We're back underway. Dodgy restart. It's hit Blair's knees. Picked it up. Creek at dummy half. This is done. 18 out from the Hawks line. What have the Cobras got this time? Nice pass to Hilt. Hilt, dangerous on his toes. He's wrapped up there by Hickey. So Edwards at dummy half. They go the short side. This is Holloway. Den takes 3 to bring him down. Baldock at dummy half. Goes back to Hilt. Linking up with Gordon. Gordon comes back in field, runs straight into traffic, gets the ball away to Hilt. Hilt still going, tries to get around his opposite number. Oh, well picked up there by Johnson. Wasn't expecting it. 10 out from the line. Last tackle. Goes back to Edwards. Goes across. And well taken. Oh, has he taken it? Fitzpatrick. Well, I thought he took it, but...
It definitely didn't hit the ground, but I think somewhere in that juggle he may have lost control of it into the opposition player, which of course, according to the laws of the game, is a knock-on.
Well, they would have paid it as a mark in AFL. So
yes, that's correct.
Unlucky for Tim Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, a little bit of a bobble, and I think in that bobble he's lost control of it into the Cardiff player, so yeah, knock-on. So, another set of 6 coming up for Cardiff. Edwards. This is Smith. Edwards will wait for it at dummy half. Ellis. Ellis runs across field. Almost gets through one. Desperation tackle there from Pelican. Baldock at dummy half. Goes himself. Referee says, no, you sure? You'll just play it. Ellis at dummy half. Now Gordon will go. Flicks it out the back. It's been picked up there by Saunders. So Cardiff, they're still really not going anywhere. Baldock puts it on the toe again. I think this one's going to be too deep. And it is, so we'll come out to the 20 for a restart. So great defence there by Abermain Hawks. Yeah, good to hold Cardiff out for so many sets of 6.
Number 22, Jared Clark, 23, Thomas Field.
So Abermain bringing this out. That's the 30 metre zone. It's Pelican. Just short of the 40.
Number 3, Daniel Carlton. Number 4, Jason Givetti.
So we've got another late jersey change here by the looks of it. Number 20 for Abermain. We don't have him in the program or on our sheet, so thanks very much there. This is Abbott.
Call him Fred, do you think, Paul?
Fred,
for the time being, till he advised otherwise.
There's 2 Abbotts out there. Maybe we call him Tony.
There we go, yeah.
So the ball's down there. It's well taken there by Bruce. And it's picked up and put down in the mud. We've got a penalty here to Cardiff. Surprisingly, the ground has drained quite well. There was a fair bit of water on here this morning when I got here before the Ladies League Tag games, and I guess it is sand-based. But a bit of rain will make it interesting. So we'll get back underway. It's a big 18, Burns. It's his first touch at the grand final. Baldock at dummy half. This is Creek. So he's just basically taken back to the same spot. Baldock picks it up. Here's Eric. Hilt Eric. Oh, it's a good run here from Holloway. Holloway still going. He's cleaned them all up. Eventually he's brought down. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Baldock doesn't get it. 16 now is Killen. Shannon Killen on the field. So Cobras have brought all their subs on by the looks of it. They go to the left-hand side, the short side. Baldock did well to hang on to that. Hilt puts it on the toe. It's a dodgy bounce there for Abbott, but he cleans it up in the end. That's Tom Abbott. And that looks like John Hugg gives that away. So, Abermain Hawks, early try in the grand final. They lead Cardiff 4-0. Now they get a penalty. This will help their cause even more.
Very consistent there from the referee, Damien Callender. He's enforcing that speed of the ruck be the same, that the guys get the hand off the ball and obviously clear that ruck as quick as possible.
So Harmy will find touch on that far side. Raymond Terrace Magpies side, you could say. Got the canteen going. Doing a good job over there on that far side. They've got the steak sandwiches happening. So back underway. This is Gillen taking the hit up. 45 out from the Cobras try line. This is jersey 20. This could be Jordan Field. We've got marking down for 17 on our team list. Anyway, we'll see how we go. That's Sylvester. Wrapped up 30 out from the try line. Hickey at dummy half. Goes to Robinson. He scored the first try of the grand final. Showed it. Goed. And then was cleaned up by David Blair. So Sylvester again. Solid contact. It's the last tackle now for the Hawks. They come this short side through Robinson. He puts it on the toe inside. There was no runner. Harmy's going for it, but I think it's going to beat everyone, and it does. So we'll go to the 20-metre zone for a restart. Interesting, though, when Abermain have the ball, they're certainly making plenty of metres.
Yeah, it's taken the Cardiff side lots of body to get those Abermain players down, which are some big boys there in the forward pack. They take a bit of tackling to get down.
So Creek at dummy half. I see 18, Burns. Solid contact there from Sylvester. Also Fitzpatrick also in there helping out. This is Andrew Paul. So wearing a bit of a different jersey than the rest of the Cobras. Obviously he's had his jersey ripped during the season.
Yeah, the Cardiff club's obviously gone into the reserve kit for that.
Could be the reserve kit.
Yes, that's right. In theory, it would be, yes. With the A-grade Cardiff side.
Picked up the wooden spoon this year, Cardiff A-grade team. Premiers a few years ago.
Yeah, that's correct. They're always usually in there or abouts in the finals. And, yeah, not a good year this year. But they'll be back.
So Hudson. So in Cardiff territory again. We go to the short side. Davis still going. So they're looking for a quick play of the ball. It eventually comes. Goes back to Hudson. He'll put this, well, it's a wobbly old kick across field. It's been taken by Smith. And he'll come out to the 20 for a restart.
Smart play there from Smith. Feet were in the in-goal area. Planted them. Made sure that when he caught it, he got the 20-metre restart and 7 tackle.
Well, it's a bit hard to take a tap from the 20-metre zone when it's all mud there. You can't really see the line.
Yeah, it's there somewhere. There or thereabouts.
So it's Andrew Paul with the hit up. So the Cobras trying to get out of their own territory. Saunders wrapped up there. Buried in the turf, or the dirt, or the mud.
Yeah, I think a lot of traffic in the earlier games has obviously come down the centre. That area is a bit worn.
So Burns will play this 30 out from his own line. Ellis at dummy half. It's another new one on the field there. Was that Dennis Gordon? It is. So they go the short side again. Hiltz puts it on the toe. Abbott's down there to clean it up. Oh, he almost got a hand to it. Did well to keep away from it in the end. He'll run across field, gets away from one. Abbott's still going, tries to get it. He does get away from another. It's a very good run from Abbott. Gordon's trying to put his head back inside his shoulders.
Just checking it's there, I think.
Yeah, and Simon makes a run there.
Yes, Abbott's just furling his head, just making sure that it is still there.
Here's Sylvester. So the Hawks again in good field position. This is Simon. Running across field, takes 3 Cobras to bring him down. 4-0 here in the D-grade South Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. This is Harmy. Bumps off one. And the ball's spilled out. So I guess that the ball would be greasy out there. So we haven't had rain all morning, but it's out that, as you can see, that patch there on your screen, it's very boggy out there. And so Duncan gives this away to Gordon. Gordon tries to get on the outside, gets it away. I think that's Saunders out there on that far side wrapped up. So Gordon will go for a scamper from dummy half, doesn't get too far.
On ground 1, the grand final of South Pool, Abermain 4,
Burns.
Cardiff 0. And on field 2, we have the B-grade final, Walter Maryland playing University, where there's no score yet.
Brendan Creek takes that. So they're not really getting out of their zone here, Cardiff. It's been good defence by the Hawks. So Duncan's kick again, it holds up in that wind, but it's bounced back beautifully. Well, it's the second time this has happened. Gets it away here to McIntosh. Oh, it's gone to ground. And now Abbott's got it. Abbott just over the 40-metre line. Well, that's twice that's happened.
Yeah, they got the ball on the string when they kick it through. Surprise attack. Looks like a bad kick, but it works to their advantage.
And now Abermain get a penalty. If you're wondering what that noise was, that's just a Jetstar plane just flying above our heads. The Williamtown Air Base is not too far from here. So Shannon Harmey will look to find touch at Hill on that far side. It's starting to fill up. So after this, we've got Gloucester Magpies against the Patterson River in the D-grade Northern Grand Final. So Aaron Hughes will get us underway, and Gillen will take it forward. 20 out from the line. The other short side here, there's trouble brewing for Cardiff. Good tackle around the legs. That was McIntosh. Davies will get up and play it. 17's out there. Jordan Field gets the ball away, and it's been picked up by Dennis Gordon. Well, for all the purposes, that ball should have gone backwards, but somehow went forward.
Physics, Paul, physics.
That wind is strong out there. Quite bizarre because I can't see those trees on the far side moving. But anyway.
Someone exhaled.
So that's Shannon Killen. Play the ball. Ellis has been playing a lot of dummy half in the last space. A couple of moments anyway, at least. So Cardiff just finding it hard to get out of their own territory. Here's Holloway. Gets the pass away to Ellis. Last tackle now for Cardiff. They finally get into Abermain's territory.
A lot of one-out running from Cardiff, making it easy for the Abermain defence.
So Hill puts this on the toe. And Smith cleans it up nicely. Gets away from the first tackle, but Blair's there to make the tackle. Abbott will go for a scamper from dummy half. Oh, he's taken high. He's still going, Abbott. Oh, now he's been picked up. Well, tell you what, Tom Abbott's going to know he's been in a grand final after this one.
Yeah, he's going to have a few bumps and bruises at the end of this.
So I'm not sure if the referee's called time off here or...
I think he has called time off, obviously, for Abbott to receive treatment. Whether he goes any further, we're yet to see. There's plenty of discussion out there from both Abermain and Cardiff players to the ref. Not that that'll probably have any effect on his decision.
So Tom Abbott, he's on his feet, which is good to see. So he's copped a bit of treatment so far in this grand final. Just waiting for the trainers to leave the field, and we're back underway. So Abermain. It's the 17, Jordan Field. They come this short side again. Good pass to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick tries to get around, but Phil Smith's there to make a very good tackle around the bootlaces. It's the 17, Field again. Last tackle now for Abermain. And we get a penalty. The referee's going to call somebody out here. So he's going to call out David Blair. So what would the referee be saying to David Blair here?
I think just probably a moment out just to sort of calm things down, explain what he wants from the ruck and move on.
So Davies gives this to Baker. So can the Hawks pick up their second try of the grand final? Josh Simon wrapped up. Davies at dummy half. Finds Shannon Harmey. Tries to get away from Holloway. Does get the pass away. Hudson's got it. Hudson dancing around. Hudson's still going. Hudson might score here. Desperation tackle from Cardiff. He's held up. Great play from the Cobras to keep him out there.
Yeah, great bit of last-ditch defence to stop Hudson from scoring. We'll go back out to the 10-metre line and play the ball.
So Baker, as he's done so often, takes the first hitter. 5 out from Cardiff's line. Robinson, inside pass, Harmy's left it behind. Saunders trying to put it on the toe. Baldock dives on it, so we'll have a scrum, and I'll let off for Cardiff there.
That'll be just what Cardiff wanted. Packing the scrum, chance to suck in a bit of oxygen. They're under the pump there.
So Duncan will feed it. He was busy early, but he's been a bit quiet the last 5 minutes or so on Duncan. So now Cardiff with the ball. Can they get out in their own territory here? Gordon will go for a run from dummy half. Thought he was going to offload that there, but it seems to be the usual tactic from Dennis Gordon. Every time he gets in dummy half, he'll go for a run.
Yeah, it's getting a bit predictable. They're either, at the moment, the Cardiff side, a lot of dummy half runs or one-out runs, making it easy for Abermain.
Yeah, the Hawks are picking him off, and now another mistake for Cardiff. So another opportunity here for Abermain. 4-0 up the Hawks over the Cobras. This is Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. I hope you're enjoying the coverage or the stream, wherever you're from. Abermain Hawks. Amazing that they were in the C-grade grand final last year, which Waratah Mayfield won. Lost a lot of players. They're rebuilding. So that's Aaron Hughes coming in off the edge to take a hit up. So they go the short side again. This is Baker. Solid contact there. Holloway on Baker. Two big bodies colliding there.
Yeah, certainly was. Two big objects coming together there.
Well, we've got a try here from dummy half. Cameron Davies has just gone over. Oh, maybe not. What's the referee done here? Come on, talk us through here, Matt. What's going on?
He's ruled. He's lost it over the line.
Oh, dear, oh dear.
He did all that hard work to get over the line and then spilled the beans.
So this is why it's good to have a referee beside me, because I've got no idea what he ruled then, and you cleaned it up for us.
Well, some would say when I'm actually out on the field refereeing, I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway.
And now Cardiff get a penalty. Davies, who spilt the ball over the line a moment ago, now gets penalised. So Gordon will take the first hit up and straight into Baker. Robertson also in there to help out. So here's Holloway. Good tackle around the bootlaces there from Hayden Gillen. Here's Gordon. I don't think he was expecting that. I think he was there for a rest.
I believe that was correct.
So Edwards inside pass to Ellis. Solid contact again. Ellis is still going. He just needs support, but it's not there.
Great post-contact metres there by Ellis, though.
Mark Ellis, he's slow to his feet. Goes back to Edwards. Edwards runs the line, finds Duncan, he's through. Duncan's just got Abbott to beat. Duncan's over. Onland Duncan scores Cardiff's first try of the grand final. It's 4-all with a kick to come. I said he'd been quiet a couple of moments ago.
He did, Paul, that's right.
He's injected himself and gets himself a meat pie.
Yes, he heard you, Paul. He heard, well, I'm going to show you that I can do something. And, yeah, great bit of footwork. Stepped his way around the Abermain defence and strolled over for Cardiff's first try.
Yep. Edwards ran to the line, put Onland Duncan through a gap, and, well, I thought Abbott had him covered, but very good footwork from Onland Duncan. Gets the Cobras' first try of this grand final. James Holloway is going to be the man that's going to have the kick at goal. So, very important kick this one, considering it's been pretty much, it's been an even contest, but Abermain just seemed to be getting on top of in the forward department. So, a very important try for Cardiff.
Abermain sort of had the wood over the Cardiff forwards because I think they're moving up the big bodies in numbers, whereas Cardiff's a bit one out and run a lot of runs from dummy half. But, yeah, it's been end-to-end. So, a good result for Cardiff to stroll over and score and even things up.
Well, the majority of the Hawk supporters, they're sitting in front of us here in the grandstand. There's a few on that far side too. So James Holloway, 11 in from touch. Strikes it nicely. It's over. So it's Cardiff 6, Abermain 4 here in the D Grade South Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League.
Good kick from the left footer.
Interesting there. I thought he had two different coloured boots on. Yellow on one side, orange on the other. So Abermain will regroup. And Tim Fitzpatrick will get us back underway. It's going very deep on that far side, I'll tell you what. Well, it's out in the full. So, not the best couple of minutes here for Abermain. Interesting, can Cardiff make them pay now? So they'll just take the quick tap here by the looks. And that's number 10 out there now for Cardiff. He's Kai Green. So the other short side, this is Holloway. Very good metres on that edge. Big James Holloway.
It took a few Abermain boys to drag him down.
This is Andrew Paul. So 20 out. This is a very good set for Cardiff. He goes back to Edwards. Edwards, he's got runners. Throws a long pass out to Hilt. Puts it on the toe. I'll tell you what, there's a chance here. It's been picked up here by Smith. Smith's still going. Now he's lost the ball. Oh, bit of an anticlimax there.
Enterprising play there from Cardiff because it wasn't the fifth tackle. They did an early kick in the set. Caught Abermain by surprise.
Oh, solid contact there. So, good metres here from Davies from dummy half. The two markers went the opposite way, so Davies just pinches another 15 or so metres. That's Pettican. So it comes to Robinson. Inside the 40 there. It's not a bad kick. I'll tell you what. It might have just pulled up in front of the 20-metre zone there. Touchy. I think he's got that spot on, so not a bad kick there from Nathan Robinson.
Yeah, Touchy was spot on that. He was right. Just outside the 20. Abermain fans and players are all holding their breath, hoping he might have saw it differently.
Well, speaking of holding your breath, this is the beauty of D-grade footy, or Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. It's fair to say a lot of the guys aren't supreme athletes, so a lot of them, they're sucking in the big ones about now.
All the more reason for unlimited interchange in D-grade.
We're back underway, and Blair will take this.
Have a run, stick your hand up, get replaced.
So they're going at that short side. That's McIntosh. Still going, Dylan McIntosh. He ducks underneath them. McIntosh is still going. He's got the fullback in front of him. McIntosh just takes him on and just almost goes over the top of him. Good effort there from Tom Abbott. Great run from McIntosh. This is Creek. Creek still going.
Yeah, McIntosh decided that Abbott was going to be a speed bump rather than stepping.
This is Michael Burns. So they're up to the 20-metre zone here. So Baldock at dummy half. This is Edwards. Out it goes to Hiltz. Cuts out, gives it to Duncan. Duncan just slows the play down. And that'll be the last tackle. So Hiltz puts a little grubber kick in behind. It's been cleaned up there by Harmy. Harmy gets around from the tackle of Hilt. Harmy gets away from another. He's wrapped up just over 20-metre zone. And Hilt's down in back play. You know, he's just got to his feet now. There's not much of the little halfback. Gets one of those big Abermain forwards running at him. He could be in some trouble.
Certainly wouldn't be getting in front of him, that's for sure. He's probably all of about 40 kilos ringing wet.
Well, Jim Abbott's just earned his side Abermain Hawks a penalty. So it's probably just what Abermain needed, because they've been on the back foot for the last 10 or so minutes. It's been all Cardiff. It's not a bad touch finder on that bank on that far side in front of the beer shed. If you're sitting at home watching the stream and you think, where's this being played at? It's being played at Lakeside Complex, Raymond Terrace. So if you're not far from the ground, come down. Watch some good games of footy. There's plenty happening. This is Harmy. Harmy gets the pass away to Davies, and Davies is trying to pop the pass. It's gone to ground. Cardiff with it again. As I was saying, just down the road after this, we've got Gloucester v Patterson River. Another grand final. So we've got the B grade action and A grade action happening on field too. So Holloway wanted to pinch a couple more metres there, but he's been made to go back and play it. Here's Andrew Paul.
Yeah, for all you football tragic out there, plenty of football.
Certainly is, and gets bigger and better next Saturday at number 1 sports ground in Newcastle.
The home of football in Newcastle. Love it.
Holloway. What's this on the toe? It's going to hold up nicely for Abbott this time. It's actually going away from him. I thought we were going to have a repeat of what we saw earlier, the ball bouncing back for Cardiff. And that'll do us. So at half-time, it's Abermain and Cardiff. And the Cobras leading 6-4 here at the Lakeside Complex. Matt, how did you see that first half?
Well, it was a great amount of football that got played, especially being D-grade football. You hear a lot of people that say, oh, it's D-grade football, and as you alluded to, guys are out there struggling for breath. But it's been entertaining. It's been a great game of football. Forwards are enthusiastic, energetic, and they're really giving it to one another.
Well, we'll take a quick break here on Bar TV, and we'll be back with the second half of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League D-Grade South Grand Final. It's Cardiff leading Abermain 6-4. Welcome back here to Raymond Terrace, Lakeside Complex. And it's Cardiff leading the D-Grade South Grand Final, 6 points to 4 over Abermain Hawks. They're yet to come back out for the second half. It's been an entertaining game. It's ebbed and flowed with the both teams dominating at periods, but still one try each. And very warm welcome back to Matt Spohr.
Thank you, Paul. It's very much like the weekly trivia nights that I host at the pubs and clubs. It's anybody's game. Anyone can win.
Who's that for again, by the way? Quizmaster Trivia, is that it?
Quizmaster Trivia, yes. Yep. Tuesday nights at the General Roberts in New Lambton. Wednesday nights, Maryland Tavern. And Thursday nights at the Iron Horse Inn at Cardiff.
Well, speaking of the Iron Horse, Cardiff are out there. It's their home base. Could be a few beers there if they get up here this afternoon. So both teams are out there on the field. We're just waiting for the referee to blow time on for the second 40.
I imagine if Cardiff get up here today that by Thursday when I step in the pub for trivia, they will still be celebrating.
So the second half is underway. And Abbott will pick it up and give it straight to Baker for the restart of the second half, the second period. A strong first half was Hayden Baker. So the ground announcer's doing his best to drown me out here. That's a very good run from Pettican. So the other short side, this is Jim Abbott. Brought down just short of the 40-metre line. So inside pass, this is Shannon Harmey. Probably been Abermain Hawks' best, the lock forward for the maroon and white.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of it.
So Robertson puts it down. McIntosh, he's going to have to turn around for it. And eventually he's going to beat everybody over the sideline. So Dylan McIntosh, he made a very good break in the first half. Didn't see much action. So, a bit of a slow start to this second half period.
Yeah, very slow but solid first set of 6 for Abermain.
So the scrum will pack just short of the 20-metre line. Duncan will feed it. Referee just checking, making sure everyone's onside. They come this short side, and Edwards left it behind. It's been picked up by Hudson. So it's a golden opportunity. Hudson's still going. He might even score here. The ball's now been popped out. And we've got a penalty. Well, I thought he might have been going for the try there. Could have been fair, but anyway. Back underway. Hickey gets us back underway. He's Pettican. Runs straight into Andrew Paul. He wraps him up.
Yeah, I think you might have been right there, Paul. Like it's always easy to referee from the sideline.
It certainly is. I never make a mistake on the sideline. So Baker will be asked to go back and play the ball. Just get my words mixed up. So Abbott the decoy. Hudson. This is Robinson. Inside pass to Harmey. Good tackle down low. I think that was Hilt. Quick play the ball. Robinson's got it. Trying to barge his way over. There's about 5 Cobras in there to make the tackle. And eventually he's brought the ground a metre out. So Hickey waits for it. Oh, geez, they jumped early there, Cardiff. It was very early. So Abermain will get another penalty and another full set of 6.
Regardless of whether you're refereeing from the sideline or out there in the centre, that was definitely a penalty.
That's Jim Abbott. And he's driven back to the 10, so they lose metres there on that play. Another slow play the ball. Hickey will go the left-hand side. Robinson linking up there with Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's wrapped up there by Edwards. Also Smith in there to help out. He's gone into touch.
Well, that's good work by the Cardiff defence. Bit of sideways movement, and they rolled him across into touch.
Well, it's very hard to see from this side of the field. eyes are not as strong as what they used to be. This is Andrew Paul. You can pick him out. So Cardiff will bring this out of their own zone again. Edwards didn't make too many metres there off that run from dummy half. So Duncan gives that to Burns. He'll be made to play it. So Hilt puts this on the toe. Abbott's going to have to sprint across for it. It's going to pull up nicely for him. Tom Abbott was busy in the first half. Gets away from a couple there, but he's eventually wrapped up. McIntosh making the tackle. This is John Hugg. And he earns Abermain a penalty. So Cardiff just creeping up inside the 10 there. And it looks like they're going to be marked an extra 10 for a bit of back chat.
Yeah, first up, marker wasn't square, went early. And then, of course, a little bit of back chat. And referee Callender wasn't going to have any of that.
So Harmy will find the line. It's not a bad kick. So there'll be 35 out from the Cardiff's line with a full set of 6. We're back underway. This is Gillen. Driven back to the turf. Good tackle.
Very solid.
So Pedican. Burns in there to make another tackle. Also Killen. Hickey at dummy half. They go the left-hand side to Robinson. Robinson linking up the back with Abbott, chiming in, and he's been cleaned up there by Edwards. The referee seen another high tackle.
Yeah, just crept up there a bit too high. Up around that head and neck region.
Well, the way Tom Abbott's going, he may not have a head and neck after this game. So that's the number 20 for Abermain. We don't have him on the program, so apologies to whoever's related to that player. This is Hudson. Hudson running to the line. It's popped out again. It's been picked up by Baker. But Hudson's knocked it on. So Abermain, they've had a couple of chances early in this second half and they just can't get over the stripe.
Yeah, a little bit of that greasy pill again there, Paul. Making some dents into the Cardiff defence, but then at the last minute, just that one or two little errors at the key moments.
Well, Cardiff won the scrum and they almost lost it. Oh, picked up, driven back into the turf. Hudson with the tackle. Edwards, he runs straight into Baker and Hickey. Probably the two players you don't want to run into.
Yeah, that's one sandwich I don't want to be in.
So Cardiff struggling to get out of their own territory here. That's Baldock. The orange boots. 15 out from his own try line. So it goes out to Gordon. So that's 4 tackles now, and they haven't gone past the 20. Now they knocked it on. Well, Cardiff are their own worst enemy here at the moment. Another opportunity here for Abermain.
Yeah, a few errors have crept into both sides. If they want to go on and win this grand final, both sides need to hold on to that ball a little bit more solid.
So the Hawks now through Jim Abbott. 15 out now from the line. They go the left-hand side. This is Baker. Always attracts 3 or 4 defenders. So they're lined up here to the right. This is Hudson. Links up with Robinson. Robinson tries to get around. Links up with Hughes. Good tackle around the legs from Smith. That was Hill, actually. Hudson gives it to Harmy. Harmy linking up with Hickey. Creek's there to wrap him up. Gordon also helping out. Slow play the ball. Hudson gives it to Robinson. Robinson running across, linking up here. He's got Fitzpatrick. He's over. Is he? Yes, he is. Tim Fitzpatrick gets Abermain Hawks. Second try of the afternoon. They're back in front. 8-6 with a kick to come. And really, they had to open up Cardiff. They've done a lot of defence.
Yes, all that possession eventually caught up with them. Abermain were punching holes into them, and eventually they broke through.
Well, Robinson was the man again, and Fitzpatrick ran a good line, a strong line, and he still had to work to get it over and put the ball down. And eventually gets Abermain's second try of the afternoon.
Well, Robertson definitely is the key to the Abermain attack. Everything centres around from what he can provide or open up. And, if the Abermain forwards or edge runners are smart, they'll keep running off his passes all day.
So Fitzpatrick will look to convert his own try. So a bit of a hush here. The Abermain Hawk supporters in front of us. Fitzpatrick adds the extras. So it's now 10 points to 6. Abermain over Cardiff in the D-Grade South Grand Final. Paul Arundel and Matt Spohr in commentary. Hope you're enjoying the stream wherever you are here on Bar TV Sports. There's another one to come after this.
Now in the first half, after scoring points, Abermain made an error on the first set of 6, bringing the ball back out. Hopefully a solid set of 6 here after points.
Holloway with a restart. Tom Abbott fields it well. Here's Army. He's charging at Ellis, and Ellis says, "You're not going anywhere." So I'll bring this out. That's jersey 18, Sylvester, getting his first taste of the second half. Robinson, Harmy. So they go to the left again, through Robinson, running to the line. He gets through Robinson. He's just got the shirt hold. Abbott was there in support, but it's been cleaned up by Dennis Gordon. And Cardiff are off the hook. This is Burns. And now Cardiff get a penalty. Abermain just a little bit too eager.
Yeah, very eager there. They raced up, but unfortunately they left the blocks early.
So Eric Hilt will find touch just in front of the shed. Raymond Terrace Magpies shed. So here we go again. This is Brendan Creek. So Hilt gives this to Holloway. Solid contact there. I think it was Sylvester on the tackle. So they come the left-hand side. Through Burns. And Burns could be a little bit injured in this tackle.
He's hurting a little bit. He got bent back over in the tackle.
Dennis Gordon will take a settler. Centre field, 10 out. They go to the right-hand side. Hilt goes out the back to Duncan. Duncan still going, and he's gone into touch. Just ran out of field on that far side.
And smart play by the Abermain defence. They sort of gave him the opportunity to take the outside line, and they shepherded him across the sideline. Not that there's any sheep out there, Paul.
No.
Which is one of my witty comebacks when I'm refereeing, when I get told there's a shepherd.
So if you don't like the jokes here on Bar TV, just send us an email to badjokes.com.au. So Abermain, ball in hand, 10-6 in front. Big number 20 there. It could be Griffiths. I don't think I've seen Joddy Griffiths on the field. He's marked down as jersey 19 in our program. Here's Harmy. Another good run from Shannon Harmey.
Yeah, we definitely know who he is. He's been in the thick of things today.
So that's the 17. Jordan Field. He takes it just short of halfway. Hickey. This is Robinson. Robinson gets away from a couple, and Gordon's there to wrap him up with the help of Baldock. Last tackle now. Go to the short side. Harmey will put this on the toe. He's going to go straight down to Smith, Phil Smith. Fitzpatrick's there to make the tackle and also helped out by Field. And now I've got time off. There's a play down in the background, just on the 40-metre line. Looks like Dylan Baldock. A dummy half for Cardiff. Hopefully the young fella's okay. He's had a solid game, the young number 9.
Looks to be in a bit of distress down there. Trainer's helping him out, though.
This is why we need to bring back the magic sponge. Oh, he's back to his feet.
Oh, probably a bit of magic water in that bottle.
Fresh from Winding Creek in Cardiff. Ever been for a swim in Winding Creek?
No, I haven't, Paul.
Well, I was sick for about 3 months. So Saunders will wait for it. This is Holloway. Oh, and they've lost the ball, and Abermain's picked it up. So this is Davies. Beg your pardon, it's Josh Simon on the field in number 15. Hickey at dummy half. Hudson with the ball. This is Hughes. Hughes. Oh, still going Hughes. Gordon's there to wrap him up. Hudson, inside pass. Gillen was there, and so was the defence.
Cardiff read it.
So Gillen will play it. Hudson again, getting more involved. This is Robinson. Robinson cut out past to Fitzpatrick, looking for a double. He's going to get it. Tim Fitzpatrick gets Abermain Hawks. Third try of the grand final. He's second personally. And do the Abermain Hawks have one hand on the cup?
Well, a group of the Abermain fans are here in front of us, and they're hoping so. They come alive just then.
And then they went really quiet.
Yeah, they're a well-behaved crowd.
Well behaved, yeah, the Abermain Hawks. So, 14-6 with the kick to come.
And that Abermain try was once again scored by number 3, Timothy Fitzpatrick.
So, Abermain, they've been in the news all week. And this will help the club out, no doubt, if they can get over Cardiff. There's still plenty of time left in this grand final, but an entertaining grand final, this D-grade South grand final.
Certainly has been. And as you said, there's still plenty of time to go, so there could be plenty of quick twists and turns left in this story. But it certainly would be a good result for the Abermain club, community, fans, if they can get over Cardiff here today.
So Fitzpatrick, I don't think it's going to have the legs. No, it's going to pull up. So it remains Abermain 14, Cardiff 6. And 8 points in front. It's pretty handy, but will it be enough against this tricky Cardiff side?
Well, Cardiff's got plenty of players out there who can do anything in a blink of an eye. So, yeah, 8 points. It's always good to have that lead. But you never take things too lightly when playing against any Cardiff side.
So Holloway gets us back underway. Abbott's there to pick it up. And Abermain Hawks will bring this out. It's a very, very strong run there from Field.
That's great metres from Field.
So Hickey will go for a run from dummy half. This is dangerous periods now for Cardiff. They've just got to hold their shape. They're not out of this by any sense, but a little bit of niggle starting to creep into the game. They don't want to lose any hope of winning this grand final.
That's right. Hold their shape, hold their discipline. They're still in this game, and here we go. As we can see, a mistake from Abermain.
That's a perfect opportunity now. Matt Johnson's trying to get his team revved up.
As I said earlier, they got plenty of strike weapons, Cardiff, so 8 points is not a mountain to climb.
Certainly not. This man on screen feeding the ball, Hilt, very dangerous. Here's Saunders, this is David Blair. Apologies, the Blair family. So Blair finally will play it. This is Paul. 32 out from the Hawks try line. Baldock at dummy half. This is Gordon, gets away from one. And Killen's there to help wrap him up. So they come this short side again. Ellis steps back inside. Tries to get away from Gillen, but he can't. So Edwards, out it goes to Hilt. Hilt steps back inside. Hilt's dancing around. He's just coming across field here. He's looking for support. Oh, tell you what, if he passed that to Saunders, they could have been in trouble, Abermain.
Yeah, started to look like it was going to develop an overlap there.
Well, Hilt stayed down. The referee's called time off. Saunders has had something to say to Aaron Hughes out there.
Damien Callender needs to get these two teams apart at the moment and just settle things down, sort them out. He's going to have a word to his touchy.
So Eric Hilt is to his feet, which is good to see.
When he's on his feet, he's very light. Does a nice little hot shoe shuffle.
So the referee's happy with everything, and we're about to get back underway. Hilt will play the ball. Goes back to Edwards. Edwards puts it on the toe, but Abbott's there to clean it up.
Abbott's been everywhere there at the back today.
So number 20 there. Could be Joddy Griffith. So I haven't seen him out there. I haven't seen number 19 out there for Abermain. As I say that, number 20's running off the field to get subbed. So Abermain will just bring this out their territory here. Nothing doing much in this set so far though. Just trying to eat up as much time as they can. Robinson. Still going Robinson. Phil Smith making the tackle. Baldock also in there helping out. So it goes back to Harmy inside the 40. Trying to kick that over, but I think it's going to go out in the full. It has. So, just when you think that Abermain is getting control of this game, they just open the door ajar just a little bit for Cardiff.
As I said earlier, Paul, plenty of twists and turns left in this story. Abermain don't want to get fall into the trap of clock watching. They've still got to play some football out here because Cardiff can strike back at any time.
Well, here's Holloway, and he's only side a penalty. Abermain just a little bit too eager there. So just a little bit undecided what they're going to do here, Cardiff. This is Ellis.
Takes a settler.
Centre field. 15 out from the line. Here's Saunders. Well, he started charging like a big front rower, then he saw who's in front of him, I think, which I don't blame him. Edwards running to the line. So 5 out from the line. Goes back to Hilt. Stepping. Hilt still going. Hilt. Oh, he just ran into a brick wall. And he'll be forced to play it 2 metres out from the line. Creek at dummy half. Goes, Edwards has spilled it. Creek's gone back to pick it up. For a moment there, I thought the referee's going to allow that to play on, but keeping us in suspense.
Just to add to the tension of this South Grand Final. There was a collective Everyone was holding their breath. What's happening?
So, Abermain bringing this out. This is Hughes. This is Pettican. Another good run. So the starting forwards look like they're back out in the paddock here for Abermain, and now he's earned his team a penalty.
Yeah, good run there from Pettican. Oh, and some back chat.
Well, it's the second time Cardiff's been pinged for back chatting.
It's got me beat, Paul. Why players argue with the referee? One, he's not going to change his decision, and a lot of the players don't know the laws, so they're not up to date with what the decision that's been made or why.
I
It
swear
doesn't get them anywhere.
it'll be the end of the world when a referee does say, "Hey mate, you are right. Penalty the other way." Yet to see it.
That's right. If they are wrong, they're not going to admit they're wrong.
Scamper from dummy half here. They're going down the short side. And Smith, he's wrapped. Oh, well, now there could be a bit of trouble there. Phil Smith ran in, arm cocked, but thought better of it. So I hope you're enjoying this coverage of this D-Grade South Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League on Bar TV Sports. Also streamed on the Newcastle Hunter Facebook page. So moments left in this grand final. Still Abermain up 14 points to 6 over Cardiff. This is Gordon running from running from the base of the scrum. He's been brought down. So that's the 14, Johnson. So what have Cardiff got in their bag of tricks? That ball's just gone nowhere.
Copped a touch from Abermain. Should be 6 to go. It is.
So Bruce will play it with a full set of 6. This is Hiltz trying to get away from the marker. Gillen just grabbed him by the last thread of his jersey. This is Bruce again. Run down the ground. Now you can hear the Abermain supporters getting to their feet. There's Ellis. He's going to be wrapped up there by Zach Johns. So Edwards puts this on the toe. Abbott's had to go back for it, and it just pops up nicely for him. Tom Abbott, the fullback, runs straight into Dennis Gordon and Eric Hill. Again, Dennis Gordon's just trying to see if his head's still screwed on. It's twice he's done that.
I think at the end of today's game, there'll be some people from the Abermain coaching staff collecting bits of Tom Abbott from all over the field.
Certainly will be. Zach Johns making a hit up. So, Pettican. So, still in their territory here. We go to the left-hand side. Robinson running to the line again. He bumps through a couple. He's done that a few times today, Robinson. Scored the first try of the grand final. Last tackle now for the Hawks. They go to the short side again. Shannon Harmey running to the line. He's just going to keep running. Pops it out the back to nobody. And Daniel Smith was there to clean it up, but he's gone in the touch. And we'll have a scrum. 30 out from Cardiff's try line.
The Abermain just can't quite ice the completion of their sets of 6 here. Can't get to that kick. As I said, I hope they haven't put the cue in the rack and clock watching, because Cardiff can strike back at any time.
And Holloway, he's been pretty handy for Cardiff. So is this man, Mark Ellis. Oh, just runs straight into Johns. This doesn't go any further. So Burns with a hit up gets Cardiff over halfway. Interesting, the 2 matches they played previously this year, and Bulldogs made a mistake at dummy half. So Abermain, they won their 2 encounters earlier this year. And they were both high-scoring affairs, both over 60 points. So this is a bit different today.
Grand final day, Paul. A lot of things during the regular season change or played with a lot more passion, enthusiasm.
So the ref just called time off there for a brief moment. I say the clock on your screen is just a guide. Unfortunately, we don't have the hands to signal time off at the moment. So this is Johns, and straight into Holloway. Also Duncan there to help out. So Davies at dummy half. He's the big 20 here for Abermain. He's been busy. The unknown player. Davies again at dummy half. Robinson running to the line. Pops it inside to Harmy. I think if anyone deserves a try in this grand final, it's Shannon Harmy. He's done some very good runs, very good tackles for Abermain. Good run from dummy half as Davies there. Last tackle now for Abermain. Tom Abbott's waiting at dummy half. They go the short side. Robinson again running to the line. Pops out, nice pass to Smith. Smith still going. Eventually he's brought to ground. Well, there could be a try here. There is a try over on that far side. And I think it's Tim Fitzpatrick has got a hat-trick. The referee's pointed to the spot. Can you talk me through what happened over there?
Well, like you, Paul, my eyes are getting old. It's hard to see. That's the furthest point of the field from us. But it looks like he's spun out of a couple of attempted tackles and grounded the ball in that corner.
So 18-6. Very important kick now for Tim Fitzpatrick.
I mean, really great effort from Fitzpatrick. And as I was saying earlier about Abermain not to give up, well, he never gave up on that play. There was no way in the world he was stopping until he got that ball over that line.
So pretty much from the same spot where he had his last attempt at conversion, Tim Fitzpatrick. He's got the Cardiff dugout just to his right.
Probably whispering a few soothing words in his ear as he's about to attempt this kick.
So Fitzpatrick, he strikes it, but it's going to pull up again, well short. So it remains 18 points to 6 here in the D Grade South Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League.
Abermain try was not converted. Abermain now 18, Cardiff 6 in the grand final.
Well, in the grand scheme of it, Paul, with Fitzpatrick, he's only got himself to blame. He is the one that's been scoring these tries. He wants an easier kick. He needs to score it closer to those posts.
Just running out of legs. So Holloway with a restart. Just thumps it down. It's a very deep restart. And Robinson spilt it. So another opportunity here for Cardiff. And there is my favourite part of rugby league, the restart. Just taking your mind off it for a moment.
Yeah, coach killer. You always, as a coach, you expect that after points, you have a solid set of 6 bringing the ball back. Last thing you need is an error on the kickoff or in that first set.
So we're back underway. Not a bad restart. Edwards does well to take it. Holloway will charge back into the line.
It probably wasn't a bad result in the grand scheme of things for Abermain. It was a knock-on in the in-goal, so of course it was a dropout rather than a knock-on in, say, the 10-metre zone where it would have been a scrum and Cardiff right on the attack.
So Killen, slow to his feet, eventually plays it. Edwards goes inside to Duncan. Here's Saunders. It's in out from the line. So it goes to Hiltz. Lovely ball to Holloway. He's the man. Flicks it out the back. Hilt almost got it, but Ellis has picked it up. It looks like a 6 to go. Hilt's still with it. Dancing around. Not sure if the ref called 6 to go there or just said it was just deflected. So here's Ellis again, running across field, looking for someone to link up with, but no one's running onto it.
No support there. Needed an outside back running a straight line.
So the kick. Now it's just gone straight into the hands of Abermain. The Cardiff spectators to our left, they weren't impressed with that whatsoever.
Not the result they desired.
So Tom Abbott, he's got the battering in this game, so he could be excused for just taking a moment to catch his breath.
Yeah, I'm sure if they get up in today's game, he'll have a few bruises, which he'll be able to show the ladies later on and get a bit of sympathy at the end of today's game.
The Hotel Denman.
Yes, at the Hotel Denman, yes.
I think that's the Hawks local establishment, local watering hole. So Abbott's just coming from the field. Gets a good reception there on that far side. Plenty of Hawk supporters over that far side.
I'm sure it'll add to the story and the legend tonight at the Hotel Denman.
So this is the other Abbott there, Jim Abbott. So, solid contact there. Kai Green just bumped off the tackle. So Hudson puts this almost over, Philip Smith, and it's going to find touch. And the sun's out for the first time for the day. So we promised rain all day, and now the sun's out. So Cardiff looking for a quick scrum.
Well, maybe, Paul, we shouldn't put the mocker on it and say that we were looking for the sun, and we keep saying the rain's going to come and we keep getting the sunshine. I'm sure the players will appreciate to stay dry.
So we're back underway. Here's Holloway. Holloway trying to shrug it to you. If the fullback there, Bruce, was just a metre in front, he could have got the offload away. This is Johnson.
Well, a few of these little guys from Cardiff need to trail off Holloway's runs, because every time he's made some good metres and he's getting those arms free, that'd be the opportunity they're looking for. One of the speedy little Cardiff players running off him.
Edwards. The 15 there is Stephen Dunn, named as the front rower in this game. So this is Ellis again. Last tackle. It goes back. Duncan puts his high. And Smith is back there. So is Fitzpatrick. And I'll tell you, Fitzpatrick spilled it. Probably about the only mistake he's made of the game so far. Now we get a penalty for Cardiff.
Offside, Paul. It's been spilled, and the player that was in front of him has picked it up. Damien Callender, no hesitation to award the penalty. Cardiff an opportunity.
So Ellis again goes centre field. So they got numbers both sides, the Cobras. What do they got? Edwards waits for it at dummy half. It goes to Hilt. Hilt shape to go inside, flicks it out the back to Holloway. Holloway can get his hands free here. It was would have been interesting, but he's wrapped up. Slow play the ball again. Edwards. Ellis has spilled it straight into the hands of Gillen. And that pretty much just sums up Cardiff's second half. So Johns. Well, that's actually Baker. He lost that and then regathered it. So Abermain again bringing this out of their own territory. 18-6. The Hawks in front of the Cobras. The first of our Newcastle Hunter Rugby League Grand Finals today. Up next, Gloucester v Patterson River. Robinson always seems to break through the first line of defence. Nathan Robinson. Last tackle, Jim Abbott will play it just short of halfway. Harmy puts that down towards Philip Smith, but Tony Bruce almost took him out.
Abermain currently 18, 3 Cardiff 6.
So Bruce makes a couple metres, just gets short of halfway, or right on the black chalk.
Again, no Cardiff players in support for that little break.
Kai Green. So Hilt again. We had Holloway there. They seem the two most likely, but it's not coming. Here's Ellis. Baker grabs him and wraps him up with the help of Johns. Last tackle now. They're stacked to the short side. They're going to come this way. Hilt puts it up high. Fitzpatrick now playing fullback. Will take this one. Gets away from Saunders, but can't get away from Johnson. Hilt there to help out as well. Hug will go for a run from dummy half. Johnson makes the tackle. And this is not what Cardiff need. Wasting time. It should be encouraging to get up and play the ball as quick as possible, but Matt Johnson wasn't impressed with something. And now this is just playing right in the hands of Abermain, just wasting more time.
Yes, it's exactly what they want, but not what Cardiff want. It's only to their own detriment. They need to be playing football, not worrying about the other rubbish.
And Cardiff were up quick there on that passage. Pettican will just play it. Hickey will go for a run from dummy half. Pinches another 10 or so. So, long cutout pass here. This is Harmy. Had Robinson on the outside of him. He's just taking the tackle. Last one now for the Hawks. And Hudson gets the kick away. Bruce is there to take it. And he get over halfway here. Gives it to Hilt. Hilt dancing around. He's lost the ball. It's been picked up here. Gillen's the man with it.
We've got a few Cardiff players who are disputing with the referee about possibly an Abermain hand that knocked that out of Hilt. And I quite agree with them. I think there was an Abermain hand that dislodged that ball. So it should have been a knock on, but anyway, referee's out there in the middle. I'm not.
And now to make matters worse, they give away a penalty for being offside. So, as I said, Cardiff, they've been their own worst enemy this second half.
Yeah, discipline's starting to slide a little bit, as it does when you're behind the 8 ball.
And Tim Fitzpatrick is pointed to the sticks.
Very smart. They're 12 points in front. With Cardiff's strike power, they're looking to make it 14, and also it eats a bit of more time off the clock.
I was a little bit concerned at half-time that this might have gone to golden point, or extra time, I should say. So you've got to run over and get the team sheets for the next game. And the referee's called time off here. Don't know what they're signalling for there. So have we lost the touch judge on this?
No, touch judges, both of them are back behind the post for the conversion attempt.
Okay, well, I don't know what they were looking for. Well spotted. So a lot of the Cardiff supporters are making their way to the southern part of the ground. Anyway.
There's something grabbing a few players' attention down here.
This is just ridiculous at the moment. They've just got a game of rugby league to finish, and they're worried about what's happening on in the crowd here.
Yeah, players are worried about what's going on over the fence. someone may have said something that's a bit untoward and it's gained a bit of attention. We need ground managers and security to get around over here and sort it out.
I can't see from my vantage point. Our cameraman's got a better view of it than we do at the moment, but Cardiff supporters, if you're involved, you can hang your head in shame. I'm from Cardiff. Very disappointed that the grand final is going to end like this.
It may not be Cardiff supporters, Paul, because it's actually the Cardiff players who are taking offence to what's been said. So I wouldn't expect it be Cardiff supporters having a go at their own players.
So, ground managers or officials there from Cardiff there as well. And this is just holding up more time. Still waiting for a kick at goal. And the referee has finished the game. So it's a bit of a shame the way it ends. But Abermain Hawks are the D-Grade South champions for 2018. They defeated Cardiff 18 points to 6. Matt, who was your player of the match?
Oh, I'd have to say that Shannon Harmey was absolutely involved in everything. He made great meters, tackled his backside off, and was in the thick of it. But of course, how could he also go past the hat-trick hero?
Tim Fitzpatrick, yeah. Sound game.
Yep. So, yeah, probably a split hair between the two.
Well, that's the conclusion of the D-Grade South Grand Final here of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. Stay tuned, we'll have another one up very shortly between the Gloucester Magpies and Patterson River. Paul Arundale and Matt Spohr will just take a quick break and be back for the second Newcastle Hunter Rugby League Grand Final here on Bar TV Sports.
appreciate the presentation to Abermain. I'd like to call on Mr. Wayne Brown, the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League Administrator, and the Chairman of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League, Mr. Brad Morgan. Dave Ryan and Brad Morgan. game. Abermain to make their way over there as well. Thank you. While we're waiting for the Abermain and the Cardiff players to come, I'll introduce the referees to the name for the day, John Kelly-Allen, to introduce and thank the referees for their performance in that game. Thank you all. All of our competition race, Abermain and Cardiff, and yes, I did say, not a good way to finish the game, by the way, and congratulations, Abermain and Cardiff Cobras, Gavin, Nathan, and Tom. Thank you very much for our help and everything. Yeah, thanks very much, John. And I just want to echo what John just displayed. That was a disappointing way to end what has been a pretty good season in this particular pool. It's the concept of the Newcastle Hunter started this year for the first time, and I think geographically it's been a success. I'm sure that the Abermain club certainly thinks that at the moment. But if I could have the Cardiff coach up just to say, or Cardiff captain, sorry, just to say a couple of words. There's upper lane to the game today, boys. Good great match. Normie brothers out there. Hey, later, boys. Good take of game. And a big shout out to all our supporters, coaches, trainers, and thank you. Well, if I could have the Abermain captain Glenn Peterson up to the podium. Firstly, just like to couple people I'd like to thank Newcastle and Hunter's committee. Without them, we wouldn't have competition to play. Cardiff, every game we played in 4 years, it's been tough, it's been close. Congrats for the year that you've had, and good luck for next year. We'll probably see you again sometime. For our sponsors, thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have a tough start here. We're struggling, but their deal has come on board last minute and got us to where we are now. Especially Mel and Dave, they're the main one for us. Thank you here. I think we're ready for a good couple of days. To our committee, Dave, Tuffy, Sarah, Rod, Greg, everyone who's been on board. Again, thank you. But lastly, to my boys, we're struggling at the start of the year. This is where we are. Thanks every single one of you. Yep. Well, boys, just got to line up and come through. All the Cardiff boys got to come over. All right, mate. How they up here? Bird. Billy. Andrew. Tony. Matty. Dylan. Louis. Georgie. Nathan. Mark. Eric. And Ray. congratulations to the Cardiff Cobras. They were rolling in their mid-season, but sort of made a late season run and just weren't quite good enough on the day, but congratulations. Two teams and thought a competitive side in this division is a good effort. All right, before we get on to the next game, we've just got a couple of other quick presentations to make. First of all, we're giving the top try scorer, top point scorer last year or late today. And the top try scorer is actually from the Abermain side. That was Nathan Robinson, so congratulations to him. Don't go too far. Okay. In terms of the player of the year for 2018, that player also comes from the Abermain club. That is Shannon Harmon. Just before we get the Abermain players up individually, we'll give away the men of the match. He's already been up here once. It's the Abermain 7, Nathan Robinson. And before we give the trophy formally, I'll just ask Dean to come and introduce all 19 Abermain players that played in the game today. Get away, They've got Scotty Griffith, we are Danny John, Josh Simon, Bosch, Jordan Little, Jimmy Fitzpatrick, Jay Sylvester, the veteran, Ben Smith, Hey Hughes, Nathan Hudson, Johnny Hudson, Big Young Donkey, Hayden Baker, Tommy Abbott, Hayden Dillon, Nicholas Smash Repair, Tommy Big Hayden, Cameron Davies, James Dickey, the other best in the squad, Jimmy Ackett. Just again, thanking everyone involved upon the competition, everyone in our club, our supporters, boys on the track, and all the from the archers. I want to thank them very thanks very much guys, thanks very much to both clubs, again for the tremendous season in the South Field. The inaugural South Field, the award recipients today are of course notoriously the first, so congratulations to everybody.
No, he played today. Today.
Well, I think we're just clear the field, but next game is ready to start, and it's actually a bit overdue, so if there's a removal of ownership to put on the field, we don't want to have to do a person to jump, so just if anyone to remove themselves on the field, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, thank you David for that presentation and congratulations to Abermain. Over here on field 2, we had a try scored by Westwell's End by Shane Torrey, which was converted by Jason Dark. We tabled the score up, Rosenberg 12, University 12. The next game over on field 1 is the Northfield Grand Final between Gloucester and Patterson River.
Hello and welcome to the Raymond Terrace, or the Lakeside Complex here in Raymond Terrace. We've just seen the finish of the D-Grade South Grand Final between Abermain and Cardiff. And we're about to get underway with the D-Grade Northern Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. As out come the Gloucester Magpies out onto the field. I'll take this opportunity to go through the team list of the Magpies. At fullback in number 1 is Brodie Rinken. Number 2 is Jonah Mason. Number 5 is Brodie O'Brien. The centres are Lachlan Picton in 3 and Todd Ritter in 4. 5'8", number 6 is Michael Edmonds. Number 7, Gleno Davis. Number 8 is Michael Hampson. 9, Craig Murray. 10, Joshua Upwood. 11, Andrew Middlebrook. 12, Riley Collins. 13, Kurt Gudgeon. On the bench, you've got 14 in Scott Ratton. 15, Corbin Prettyborn. Matt Coote, Jay Ferry, Jacob Rinken and Brad Staff. That is the Gloucester Magpies for the D-Grade Northern Grand Final. And out come the Patterson River side. We go through their side now. At fullback in number 1, Sam Armstrong. Number 2 is Matt Gavin. 18 and the captain is Jay Smith. 4 is Andrew Roberts. 5, Jay Brown. 6, Craig Eckert. 7, Caleb McGrady. 8, Alan Carter. 9, Matt Garland. 10, Dean Carter. 11, Peter McCletchie. 12, Bronson Scott. 13, Ryan Winkler. On the bench, you've got Dylan Young, Nathan Bristow, Sean Humbles, Damon Bard, Dean Jones and Jackson Partridge. That's Patterson River's lineup for this D-Grade Grand Final. And welcome back to the commentary stand, I guess you could call it, Matt Spohr.
Thanks, Paul.
And this should be a very, very good contest, this one. They met a couple of weeks ago in the qualifying final where the Magpies actually, well, they wiped the floor with Patterson River, really, but other than that, their contests have been quite close. So I don't expect to see what we saw a fortnight ago. This one will be very interesting.
I expect so, Paul. Again, as I said in the earlier commentary with Abermain and Cardiff, it's a grand final. Early results in the season don't necessarily count for much on the big day. I'm sure both Gloucester and Patterson are up for a big game and they'll give it to one another, and it'll be a close contest to start with at least.
Yeah, both teams have big supporter bases, and there's a lot on this side in the grandstand and on the banks behind us, but we're about to get underway in the 2018 D-Grade Northern Grand Final of Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. The referee blows time on. It'll be Patterson River to bring this out of their own territory. And it'll be the big front rower, Josh Upwood, bringing it forward for the first hit up of the grand final. As we say that, there's almost a hush over the ground.
An expectant hush, Paul. They're looking for big things.
So Garland at dummy half finds Gudgeon. Beg your pardon, that was Winkler. Reading the wrong team sheet. That's a good start to the grand final. It's going out the back. That's Smith with the ball. And the referee's going to call it a knock on or forward pass.
Yeah, forward pass call there from Darren McSpadden, the referee. And we're packing a scrum and Gloucester gets a feed.
So a nervous start like we just saw in the South D-Grade Grand Final. Both teams took a while to get going, but Gloucester now have a golden opportunity to get points. That was Ritter. Met by 3 defenders there from Patterson River. Murray at dummy half. Links up with Collins. Collins about 19 out from the Rivers line. They go the short side. through the hands. Looks like Collins wrapped up. He'll play the ball. Goes back to Davis, finds Edmonds. Edmonds inside pass. The defence was waiting for that one. And Middlebrooks wrapped up. Well, come the left-hand side again through Edmonds. Nice ball out there to Ritter. The ball's come loose. And Patterson River pick it up through Smith. So Mason will go for a run from dummy half. Gavin. Garland at dummy half. Oh, heavy contact there. And the big front rowers brought to ground.
Yeah, some big bodies coming together there.
So they're going through the hands here, Patterson River. And that's the number 11, McCletchie, brought down. Garland at dummy half. The 5'8 is Eckert. He's been swamped. Taken down on the 30-metre zone. So it goes back. I'll put this cross kick over. It's not a bad kick. Oh, it's just going to beat everybody to the sideline. Very well fought there by McGrady. And eventually it beat Matt Gavin.
More of a kick pass than a kick.
Well, it was the right idea. Gloucester were certainly bunched up, and it was 3 on none out there on the far side.
That's right. If the kick was on the mark and he caught it on his chest, he could have been up under the posts.
So Gloucester win the scrum. This is O'Davis. Inside pass into Picton. He's been picked off. He's lost the ball. He's still down the ground there, Lachlan Picton. He certainly ran into a brick wall.
Yeah, solid hit there, and I'm sure he'll be feeling that one a little bit later tonight.
The referee's called time off. So a bit of a lull here in the second grand final of the day. As we just saw Abermain defeat Cardiff 18-6. Very entertaining grand final.
Yeah, it was. Lots of action. And as expected, it's in this D-grade competition, end-to-end, few mistakes, but plenty of action. And some good football in the end.
Yep. Not sure if you picked that up at home from the ground announcer. He's been drowning us out all day, but the B-grade game between Wallsend Maryland and University on the other field, that's just gone into extra time. The winner of that will play Woodbury next week.
Overtime for the referees.
Why not? So Lachlan Picton still down getting attention here on the 40-metre zone. There's been some big hits early, but we've only been going a couple of minutes, and so hopefully, Picton's going to the sideline. Hopefully he'll get a bit of treatment and we'll be back later on. Hopefully that's not the end of his day.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Paul, I said he'll be feeling that one later on tonight. Well, the way he seems to be walking at the moment, he's definitely feeling it right now.
Yeah, slow walk off. So the referee just waiting for Picton and the trainers to leave the field. The scrum will pack. And it'll be Patterson bringing this out of their own territory. Three Magpies in there to make the tackle. Eventually he's wrapped up. Smith at dummy half. It's Garland, the dummy half, gives that there to Hampson. To Carter, I beg your pardon. Slow play the ball. They go to the left-hand side. Eckert. Good ball out there. It's gone to the number 11, McCletchie. Eventually he's stopped on the 40-metre line. The big front rower here is Carter. So both front rowers are Carter. This is Garland going for a run from dummy half. It's been intercepted by probably the slowest player out in the field. Davis. Still going. He's done, but he's brought down on the 40-metre zone.
Once he grabbed hold of that, he looked up and went, oh, geez, I've got a long way to go.
Well, they're still on the attack here. This is Edmonds. He's been wrapped up there by Jay Smith. They come this side again. It's the big number 10, Upwood. Murray will wait for it at dummy half. This is Middlebrook. Good tackle around the bootlaces there by number 12, Bronson Scott. Here we go again. This is the 19. Staff pops out the back. It's a very good ball. Gudgeon's got it. Gudgeon's running across field, but he's been wrapped up there by Jones. The Magpies, they go the short side. Rinkin puts this on the toe for the winger. Is it going to pop up? No. We'll come back out to the 20 for a restart. Jay Brown did well to take that. The Patterson River supporters here on their side of the grandstand getting vocal.
Quite vocal.
Not sure what they were saying.
I don't think we wanted to repeat what they may have been saying then, Paul.
So, referee's called time off again here. Fullback Sam Armstrong didn't like something from Patterson River, and Jay Brown was the man who got tackled. The referee's going to call out a couple of players. Number 11.
We've got the touch judges come in and giving a quick report to Darren.
So Andrew Middlebrook in number 11 and Riley Collins number 12. Get a penalty there for a bit of rough play, I guess you could say. Andrew Roberts will look to fine touch. A couple of seasons now in the Newcastle Hunter competition with Patterson River. Oh, it's a dodgy old kick to touch. It's taken out the timekeeper on that far side. Probably can't see because the sun's in his eyes.
Not pretty, but effective.
So Garland gets us underway. This is Dean Carter. Got a haircut specially for grand final day today. And he earns his side a penalty. He's happy about that. Gives Kurt Gudgeon a bit of a gobful too. So there's a bit of feeling out there in this game.
Gudgeon was lucky then too because he sort of reacted, well, what I would expect would be a bit silly in a grand final to react that way, but he got away with it.
So we're back underway. Dean Carter again taking the hit up. This is number 15, Bristow. Bright yellow boots. It's the 13, Winkler. Winkler still going. 5 short from the line. They'll be looking for a quick play the ball. They don't get it. Goes to McGrady. McGrady, inside pass there to Scott. Scott straightens up. Good defence from the Magpies. Numbers both sides, but they get a penalty right in front. Do you go for the 2? Well, the way this game is going, we'll be here till midnight. This is the 3rd or 4th time the referee's called time off.
Well, this time referee's having a chat to the captain about what he wants from the players. A couple of penalties in a row from the Gloucester side, and I think he's had enough.
So they go with the tap. The referee says, hold on a minute.
False start.
So they go to the left-hand side. This is Dylan Young. Still wrestling. Dylan Young, well, he's over the line. What's he ruled there?
Referee's called held and went on, so he just asked him to go back and play it on the mark.
Fair enough. Well, here we go now with Winkler. Under pressure, the Gloucester Magpies here, and they get another penalty. So Garland will take it back to the 10.
Gloucester's definitely testing out Darren McSpadden's patience. I think someone may go to the bin pretty soon if there's another few penalties given away
McGrady,
like this.
Armstrong with it. Murray, the only way he could get him down on the ground was by to grab his head. This is Scott, brought down 5 out from the try line. Garland gets a quick play the ball. He finds the big 15. Bristow, he's over. Patterson River get the first blood in the D-grade grand final. Nathan Bristow right next to the post. Patterson River 4 with the kick to come. Gloucester 0. So they had to crack there, Gloucester. They were under an amount of pressure.
Self-inflicted, though. Number of penalties that they've given away gave Patterson the possession and the field position, and it had to come.
So it looks like it'll be Craig Eckert taking this conversion. So 4-0 Patterson River over Gloucester, taking first blood in this grand final. And you're right, back-to-back penalties, or it was more than back-to-back penalties, but Gloucester were their own worst enemy there.
Yeah, more like back-to-back-to-back-to-back. And especially when you're giving away penalties within that 10, 20 metre zone. Most defences in any level of football will crack.
So Jay Smith adds the extras, so it's Patterson River 6, Gloucester 0. So Gloucester will slowly bring this back to halfway to restart. We're back underway. Very deep kickoff. It's a very good one, I tell you what. It's a beauty. Nathan Bristow, the try scorer, he stuck an arm out and he spilt it. So we're going to have a line goal dropout.
Well, how's that? Going from hero to zero in barely 30 seconds.
There it is again, the dreaded restart. So, Patterson River, after applying the blowtorch, are now under fire themselves. As Rinkin will take this, offloads it on that far side of the big front rower, Michael Hampson. Murray from dummy half. This is Staff. Brought down on the 20-metre line. And he earns his side a penalty. So plenty of niggle in this grand final, and the referee's going to blow a penalty as Staff will take another hit up. Oh, bumps off one. Brought down on the mud. Murray waits for it at dummy half. They run across field, and Gudgeon will take the tackle. He's lost the ball. Well, a few mistakes here from Gloucester. And it's costing them dearly. So I haven't heard full time on the far field. As I said, there's a prelim final on the other field between University and Wallsend Maryland. The winner of that will take on Woodbury in the B-grade grand final next weekend at number 1 Sports Ground in Newcastle. So Patterson River will bring this out. Collins is there to make the tackle along with Edmonds. Come out this far, or close to this side of the camera. So they go the short side. Armstrong got away from one, and then he's just flopped into the turf.
Solid hit.
From Prettyborn in jersey 15. It's Dylan Young for Patterson. Wrestling in the tackle, trying to pinch a couple more metres. He had the left-hand side. Eckert runs to the line, tries to duck under a tackle. There was a high shot there from Gudgeon.
Lucky he did duck.
Well, Garland's trying to go from dummy half. The markers weren't square, and another penalty.
Never square. And went way too early.
So Roberts will find touch on the clubhouse side. It's gone over onto field 2. We're back underway. Young takes a charge. He gets through the first line of defence. Still going, Dylan Young. Good run. It's the big 17. And would you believe it, we don't have 17 in our program. After I've just been over there and said, have you got any changes? This is Ryan Winkler. Winkler still going. Collins is in there to wrap him up, ball and all. Numbers both sides. Collins is just hanging on to it here. Or is Winkler trying to milk a penalty? Nice red undies, by the way. And now Collins has stayed down. Well, this game's... It's at everything. It's lots of stoppages and starting. Lots of penalties blown, which is rightfully so, because there's been a little niggle, but... I just want to see some good footy being played. It's Garland.
Well, how long have we been playing for, Paul? 80 minutes or 8 minutes?
Well, it feels that way, and that's well fielded there by Joshua Upwood. So, Gloucester will bring this out of their own territory. I'm not sure if we've seen a full set of 6 yet. That's the 14, Ratton. So Murray will wait for it at dummy half. Here's Todd Redder. The bright orange boots. They're back centre field. Edmonds will put this on the boot. It's been charged down by Garland. It's been picked up by McCletchie. So Gloucester under pressure again. Interesting duel out there is between Michael Edmonds and Matt Garland, the dummy half for Patterson River. They come to blows in the last time they met in the qualifying final a few weeks ago. McGrady, a long cutout pass to Roberts. Roberts tries to get around his opposite number, but eventually he's wrapped up. Ratton in there to make the tackle. A bit of a scamper from dummy half here. It's Jay Brown. 10 out from the line. They go the short side. Roberts puts it on the toe. There's no one back there. Oh, well. Only just. So we'll just go back to the try line for a goal line dropout.
Very lucky there. One of the players from Gloucester did get a hand on it to ground it in goal. Just in the nick of time.
Andrew Roberts, he's a crafty player. So we're back underway. And Matt Gavin will take it and just run straight back into the line or run across field a bit. Gets away from the attempt to tackle from Murray. He's eventually wrapped up there by Ferry. So we go to the left-hand side again. Well, the pass has just been dropped. Well, it's been allowed to continue on. I thought they just popped out, but never mind. And still Patterson with the ball. Damon Bard. 5 out from the try line. Magpies under enormous pressure here. Garland inside, goes to nobody. Eckert's there to pick it up. Little grubber kick. It's been cleaned up by Rinken. Well, that grubber kick, it was a chip kick actually, and it was lucky to get past his hip. So it's Brodie O'Brien.
Which is saying something because his hip's not that high off the ground.
And Gloucester earned themselves a penalty.
Not a tall man. And you'll be happy to know, Paul, the ground announcer just a few moments ago announced that University has won the B grade prelim final in extra time. I didn't quite catch the score, but for those that are interested, University got up.
So they'll meet Woodbury next weekend. That's Ratton. So through the hands go Gloucester. Straighten it up. It's Jay Ferry. Edmonds. Cut out pass here to... he's been put it on the toe. Here's the big number 15, Prettyborn. And Armstrong's there to clean it up and get swamped in the tackle from Prettyborn and helped out there by Mason. This is McGrady running across field, looking for a runner, but eventually just takes the tackle. So Brown will go for a run from dummy half. And he's going to be driven back. Strong defence. Pops it out the back to Garland, but the referee says play the ball. This is Damon Bard. So they go to the left-hand side. Big 17. And the ball's come out, and the referee's going to call us a scrum. He's just lost the ball, loose carry. So I'm going to take a gamble here and say that number 17 is one of the Carter boys. So can't see number 10 out there. Safe to say there's a few other people with worse eyesight than me. They can't see the numbers on the back of their jerseys correctly, giving me the wrong team sheet. Anyway, we'll soldier on. This is Edmonds. He's at the Prettyborn. Mason will go for a run from dummy half.
Good little scoot there from the winger.
So Rinkin at dummy half. Edmonds, inside pass. And the big number 15 there. Prettyborn bumped off one, but eventually wrapped up. Edmonds, cut out pass, finds the number 17 and Ferry. Ferry fine in return, finds Upwood. This is O'Davis. O'Davis, big dummy, gets away from one. He's eventually wrapped up 8 metres out from the line. Last tackle now for Gloucester. They go to the short side through Edmonds. He puts this on the toe. It's been cleaned up and Jay Ferry's over. Well, I'll tell you what, it wasn't a pretty kick, but it got the right result. And Gloucester are back in the game. 6-4 with a kick to come.
Yes, it wasn't pretty, but it was effective. And Gloucester struck back.
So Jay Ferry, the try scorer in 17. If our team sheet is correct.
Well, I was there, Paul. You asked them, and they did say it was as per team sheet. So, but that mysterious number 17 for Patterson.
Well, it just wouldn't be Newcastle Hunter Rugby League without one dodgy jersey. We had it in the last grand final with number 20 from Abermain, and now we got it with number 17 with Patterson River. So Glenn O'Davis on this far side of the ground will line this up, about 10 in from touch. There's a good crowd in here in attendance again today in front of that beer shed.
Most popular spot here at Lakeside, right there in front of the beer shed.
So Davis sucking in the big ones there before he lines his kick up. Hush coming over the ground. He strikes it, it's hooking around and it's there, so it's 6-all. So get back underway. Jay Smith will get us back underway. So 6-all here in Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. This is the D Grade North Grand Final here at the Lakeside Complex in Raymond Terrace. So Rinkin will play it. Edmonds comes to his short side. Oh, bumps off one. Strong run from Hampson.
With the big do not argue. So inside they go again.
Andrew Middlebrook. Get to his feet and play it. Run from dummy half. Number 3 there taking a few more metres. So he goes back to Edmonds and put this on the toad, and McGrady's back there to take it. He's got Armstrong alongside him if he needs him. But McGrady will just run straight into a brick wall, and he's been taken high. Scott Ratton, the culprit there. And Patterson will get out of jail here. So the referee's done a good job of slowing this game down because it looked like it was going to boil over there at one stage. Oh, good try there from Scott Ratton on that far side. Tried to keep it in. Almost took out his teammates on the bench.
Yeah, the referee, Darren McSpadden, he's asserted his authority and kept things under control now. And both Patterson and Gloucester have settled down and getting to the game of playing footy, which is what it's all about.
So Patterson with it on halfway. This is McGrady. Gives it to Roberts. Roberts is again taken high. This is Damon Bard. He's just driven back. Good defence there from Middlebrook. Oh, another one flying out there. Hampson flying out. Alan Carter will get up and play the ball. Garland. There's the big 17 for Patterson, running hard.
Well, as you said, Paul, there's a bit of furling in this game, and there's a few forwards looking to put some big hits on.
Well, here's Roberts now. Roberts has got one outside him. He's still going with the ball. Roberts, is he going to get over? The crowd on that far side like it. So does the referee. Patterson have their second try. Andrew Roberts. Well, hang on a minute. They come to blows again. So Patterson with their second try. And the teams come together there. A bit of pushing and shoving. But it's on the score sheet. Andrew Roberts gets himself a try in the grand final.
Well, that's to be expected, Paul. Both these sides, they're from up the valley. They love their football. It's grand final day, plenty of furling. So they're coming together because they want to put some big hits on, let each other know that they're there. And obviously after the try was scored, there's some close contact from both sides, letting each other know where they are and what's going on.
So Jay Smith will attempt his second one for the day. So that breeze picks up. First time we've felt it over this way. Quite strong, as a matter of fact. So Jay Smith, he will be kicking into a strong breeze with this attempt.
More than one person exhaling at once, possibly, Paul?
Quite possible. Behind that in goal there at Gloucester. So Smith, he strikes it nicely, but it's just gone across the face. So it remains 10 points to 6. Patterson over Gloucester here in the D-Grade North Grand Final. The Newcastle Hunter Rugby League here on Bar TV Sports. Hope you're enjoying the stream wherever you are. It's Paul Arundel and Matt Sporer in commentary. It's quite a blessing to call a game in daylight, not the freezing cold on a Friday night. So Gleno Davis with the restart. Goes down that far corner again. Brown takes it. It'll be Carter charging back into the line. Ratton was bumped off there in a tackle. And Staff went high in that one.
So want to watch themselves with those high tackles, Gloucester. They'll give away some more penalties, which led to the first try.
So that was number 20 that took that previous hit up, Jackson Partridge. He's just come onto the field. Here he goes with another run now. He stopped on halfway and probably the greenest part of the Lakeside complex. This is Winkler. Last tackle, and they're well in Gloucester territory here, Patterson. Come the short side through McGrady. Pass to Armstrong, could have been forward. Pops it back inside, but it's been picked up by Mason. So Gloucester out of trouble there. And now we've got a penalty, which will help even more.
Strip. 2 in the tackle. And the hand was in there. Took the ball.
Just looking behind the play there, number 18, Jacob Rinkin. He was down in back play, but he's on his feet now. He's sucking the big ones in.
Oh, well and truly.
So here's Staff. The restart. Brought to the ground. Just off halfway. This is Ratton. Certainly some players are lining players up there in the defence. This is Edmonds. Gets around one. Someone will connect shortly. Here's Murray. Good meters from dummy half there. Craig Murray. So they go that short side again. Edmonds, he saw something there on that far side. And this is Ritter for the corner. He finds his wingman. I think Brodie O'Brien's got one in the corner. Nope.
Denied.
Touch. Well, referee McSpadden was quick to point to the 20-metre line for the restart.
Yeah, so with the restart, that indicates that he's gone touching goal.
So Brodie O'Brien close to getting Gloucester's second try. So McGrady with the restart. Oh, solid contact there. Dylan Young still going, still got the legs pumping. Pops the pass out. Garland wasn't waiting for it. And we've got a knock on. So all that hard work from Dylan Young has come to nothing.
Definitely wasn't expecting that one.
(10-4) to Patterson River. I think from memory they won a B-grade grand final. The last time grand finals were played up here, so they got a good track record, Patterson, on this ground. Here's Scott Ratton. Gets away from one, and now he's lost the ball. So it's a bit of a mistake of falling out here at the moment. Dean Jones taking plenty of metres off Gloucester there. With a very good run. And trying to milk a penalty. This is Winkler. Making plenty of metres up the middle here at the moment, Patterson.
Yeah, they're finding lots of holes in the middle. In the Gloucester side, that seems to be where they're making the most metres. And they keep attacking that same area. Pretty effective.
Come to the right now. McGrady puts it on the toe. Armstrong's chasing after it. But Mason's there to clean it up. Armstrong will make the tackle. A bit of a run from dummy half here. Oh, he's lost the ball, O'Brien. McGrady's got it. So another opportunity here for Patterson. This is Bristow. Scored the first try. 25 out from Gloucester's line. That's Humbles. Gets himself a penalty. And he gives Kurt Gudgeon a bit of a face slap on the way through. It's not needed.
Gudgeon's sort of come in for a bit of attention from the Patterson side.
Well, here's Humbles again. Calling number 17 Humbles because we haven't seen 16 out there. Well, Garland's gone for a scamper from dummy half. He's dived over, but the referee's seen something and he's going to give Patterson a penalty. Interesting. to be fair to referee McSpadden there, he was looking for his assistant there on the far side for a bit of help.
And usually advantage would be played, which the greater advantage would be the awarding of the try, but maybe he has made a call or a decision just prior to the try being scored, so hence why we're going back for the penalty.
Well, a let off there for the Magpies. So we're back on the way. This is Bristow. Good tackle down low from Collins. It's probably about the first tackle that's gone low. He's Armstrong. Armstrong trying to get away. Wrestling to the ground, about a metre out from the line. Cut out pass to Smith. Smith one-on-one. He's over Jay Smith. He's got it down. Patterson get their third try. Jay Smith, the captain. And it's now 14-6 with a kick to come. Well, it had to come really, didn't it? Again, back-to-back-to-back sets for Patterson. Gloucester are their own worst enemy at the moment.
Yes, their discipline's certainly letting them down. Those couple of back-to-back penalties led to the first try. And again, back-to-back penalties put them on their own try line. And a good bit of footwork has led to the try. And here we are again. Another conversion, adding to the points.
Sometimes you just best not to check your phone when you get a message. Sorry, I wasn't listening to what you said there. I'll just leave that.
All good, Paul.
So
I'm used to not being listened to at home. Hi to the bride if she's there watching the stream.
Yeah, hi to Sarah as well, just keeping me up to date with what's happening at home with our dog. So, Jay Smith, about 8 in from touch. Important kick, really, just to push this out to a 10-point lead. So Smith will take his time, heading up a few more seconds. He's got a few Patterson supporters behind the uprights, kicking towards them. And it's not going to come around enough, so it remains 14 points to 6. Patterson in front.
As I was saying before, the discipline of Gloucester's let them down, but also the handling. There's a couple of errors coming out of their own territory. If they can fix up the discipline and the handling errors, they'll be in this game.
So another deep kick-off. And Patterson will bring this out again. So Gloucester, as I said, they've been their own enemy here today. They've coughed up plenty of ball and been a bit ill-disciplined. If they cut that out, they'll be right back into this game. This is Bristow.
Well, they've definitely got the talent, as can be seen by the competition. There's the earlier rounds and obviously the previous game between these two sides.
So Humbles takes that inside Gloucester territory. And Eckert will just put this on the toe. Down to Mason. It's simple game rugby league. The fullback Brody Rinkin just pointing north, which way to run for Jonah Mason. Luckily he did, because he just got driven back 5 metres. Here's O'Brien.
Well, Paul, you look at the NRL and some of the better teams in the NRL competition, they get the basics right and the rest just falls into place. There's lots of natural talent out there.
So Gudgeon will play it. Here's Ratton. Hangs on to that. There's a couple of kids to our left doing extensions to the grandstand. Oh, Davis with a chip over the top. He's been taken out. Garland's, well, he's fumbled it. And Gloucester should get another set of 6 here from the scrum.
Yeah, correct call there from Darren that while trying to catch that ball, he took it. It fell out of his hands, rolled between his legs, and then propelled towards his opposition goal line. So we have a knock on and a scrum to be packed.
So we're back underway. So Davis, Ratton. And he's brought down about 35 out from the Patterson try line. Murray at dummy half. This is Collins, and he spilt the ball. Well, it's not going right for Gloucester. Damon Bard picked the ball up. He thought he was on a 80-metre run to the try line. The referee's called it back. We'll have a scrum.
If I was the Gloucester's players and coaching staff, I'd be asking who ran over that black cat this morning on the way to the grand final. Just not having any luck.
Certainly not. But they're not out of this. It's 14-6.
Well, that's right. There's a long way to go. We have a penalty.
Not sure what that is. You're the expert.
Well, looking at Darren, he was motioning with his shoulder, so I say there's been a shoulder charge.
Okay, so we're back on the way. This is Ratton. Oh, solid contact. Dean Jones has just barreled him in the touch. That's probably the tackle of the day.
That is the tackle of the day, if not the year. He has hit him with such force that he has driven him over the sideline. That is a great tackle. And that's what you want from your team in the grand final. You make an error, give away a silly penalty. You get in there, the next play, and you make up for it.
So, as I said, Gloucester, they get an opportunity and they blow it. Patterson, they're just doing... I won't say they're doing everything right. They're not having the best game either. It's been a bit of a scrappy one so far, but...
Yes, it has.
Grand finals, they can bring out nerves. So Patterson win the scrum. Oh, charge down here. There's a chance here for a try. Ratton's got it. Would you believe it? That's one of the freakiest rugby league tries I've seen.
I cannot believe that at all. Didn't think I would see that today.
Well, they've gone for the trick play, Patterson, right on half time. And it's just absolutely backfired.
Backfired, yes. Yep.
Scott Ratton. I'm not sure if that hit him in the head or what, but doesn't matter. It's a try.
First play off the scrum, they go for the kick. It's charged down, and obviously because there's been a bit of rain about during the week, the ground's nice and soft, and the ball just bounced perfectly to sit there in the in goal, to be fallen on for a try. Unbelievable. Right on half time. Just what Gloucester needed. I suppose their luck has turned, hopefully.
So Glenn O'Davis lining this one up. And strikes it nicely, so it's now 14 points to 12. And half-time has been sounded. So both teams will go to the sheds with, I'd say the coach has got plenty to say at half-time.
Plenty of things that I'm sure they'll likely want to fix up. Gloucester, their discipline and handling. And, Patterson, just a few little things. Because I said they haven't, as you said earlier, Paul, they haven't had a perfect half either.
Well, we'll take a quick break and be back with the second half here on Bar TV Sports. It's Patterson River 14 leading Gloucester 12. Welcome back to the second half. As Gloucester and Patterson run back out onto the field. Caught off guard there with that the team's running back out in the field. We're just enjoying that break. 40 minutes to go in the D-Grade Northern Grand Final of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. And at this stage, Patterson just in front, 14-12. An amazing try just before half-time. Put Gloucester back into it. So referee touchies, they're out there now. So only moments away from kick-off for the second half. Jay Smith, try scorer in the first half. We'll find a bit of even turf there out in the field. Just to place the kicking tee down, which he does. And the second half is underway. Deep kick-off down in the corner.
Big 40 minutes of football underway in front of us here now, Paul.
Certainly is. This is big Staff. Take it forward, Brad Staff. And the ball's come loose, and we've got a penalty. So the second half has started like the first. And O'Davis will kick this straight towards us. Just clips the roof, nearly takes out the camera person on the sideline. So Scott Ratton, try scoring hero in the first half for Gloucester. Got the Magpies back into it. This is Staff. And straight into a brick wall. And he'll make his way out to play the ball, but it's not good enough. The referee gives him a penalty. And they'll take the quick tap. Ferry will take it. He scored the first try for Gloucester today. So they go to the left-hand side. Edmonds gives that to Ratton. That was Gudgeon, I beg your pardon. I knew as soon as the words left the tongue it was wrong. Here's Edmonds again. O'Davis does a big dummy. Dancing around. Glenn O'Davis finds Edmonds and he spilt the ball. So Patterson get a let off there. Edmonds wasn't expecting that pass.
No, it was a bit like, who me?
So a scramble pack. Just over the 20-metre zone.
I was thinking Edmonds may have thought that Glenn O'Davis may have showed a bit of magic like his brother Robbie.
So we're back underway. Roberts, grand final winner a couple of years ago with the Greater Branxton Colts in Group 21. Now he earns his side a penalty.
Yeah, a bit of a leg pull there, helping to slow down the play of the ball.
So Smith, it's not a bad kick. Oh, great take in the crowd. And that's popped his chips all over his best mate. That's brilliant. That's local footy at its best. Here's Eckert.
Caught that with the packet of chips. Oh, we have another penalty. High shot.
But sad thing is that packet of chips probably cost $6. So Smith will find touch. So Garland gets us underway. Damon Bard charging into the defence. This is Carter. Alan Carter. 30 out from Gloucester's line. McGrady just offloads the pass back inside. And eventually Bronson Scott will take the tackle. So, well, Lachlan Picton's just come back out in the field. He took a bump in the first half and he was in the Patterson back line and picked up the ball.
Yeah, he ran up out of the defensive line to try and cut off the pass, overshot it, and then ended up being the right place at the right time.
Well, now it's Gloucester's turn with the ball. This is upward, just over the 40-metre line. Murray at dummy half. Here's the 13, Gudgeon. And straight into Carter, bumps off and eventually brought to ground. Murray again. Here's Picton, running hard. Good to see Lachlan Picton back out there. So I've just tripped over your can of Coke, I'm sorry there. Here's O'Davis. This is Ritter. Ritter running to the line, pops the pass back inside to Davis. Edmonds has got it. Edmonds runs to the line. Edmonds might score here. Garland's there to pick him up. Centre field, last tackle for the Magpies. O'Davis to Ritter. Ritter. Oh, he's got Ratton here outside. Ratton's over. Gloucester hit the front. 16-14 with the kick to come. And they just had the overlap. And that was really easy for the Magpies there.
Well, a few times in the lead up to that try, Paul, you mentioned the fact that Lachlan Picton's back out on the field. Now, he copped I assume it was a blow early in the first half and looked like he was gone for the rest of the game, but he's come out and he's added a real large amount of enthusiasm to his runs and defence, and he's helped Gloucester get up the other end of the field and score a try.
Yes, certainly made an impact. Now Glenn O'Davis will have a shot from the sideline, basically. Scott Ratton, 2 tries in the grand final.
If Gloucester get up here today, when the players and the fans convene back at the Avon Valley Hotel tonight, those 2 tries could be the centre of an exciting story.
Well, they'll be able to watch the Bar TV stream back.
They might turn us down, Paul. He might do his own commentary.
Might do.
Probably be a really good tale from his end.
So Davis, a metre in from touch. He strikes it nicely. It's not a bad kick, but it's just going to fall short. So Gloucester 16, Patterson 14. Early stages of this second half.
Well, it's what Gloucester needed. They took the opportunity with that try just before half-time, and now the try after half-time. First to score in the second half, and they're in the front.
So Smith gets us back underway. Another deep kick. Ritter's there to take it. And this will be upward, charging into the defence. Oh, Roberts gets bumped off. And he gets back up, runs back into the line. So this is Ratton, the try scorer. Taken down in the mud. This is Edmonds. Bit of claret coming from the nose there of Michael Edmonds. Very good run there from Kurt Gudgeon. Up to the 40. So the Magpies have sprung into gear. Here's Picton. Another good run from Lachlan Picton.
Very impressive. He's come back in the second half. He's made some great runs already.
That's Gudgeon.
Picton's looking to make up for lost time from the first half while he was off the field.
Edmonds puts a high towering bomb down. Well taken there by Gavin on that far side. Oh, he's fumbled an Armstrong. Rinkin was there almost to pick it up. The referee says it's gone back. They will play on. Patterson will bring this out of their own try line. This is Carter. Garland at dummy half. McGrady with a long pass out to Roberts. Roberts, oh, good tackle there from O'Brien.
Needed to be made because there was an overlap.
So Patterson struggling to get out of their own 20 here. Good defence from the Magpies. And the ball's come loose. Could have been a hand into it. Oh, Davis has just thrown the pass anywhere. Partridge picks it up. What are we watching?
Comedy of errors.
Neither side wants it.
Here, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it back. But yeah, first knock on by Patterson.
Now we got time off. Edmonds is just getting a bit of treatment.
Yep.
He copped a knock there early.
Yeah, referee Darren McSpadden just checking that the blood's been cleared up by the trainer. Otherwise, it would have been a blood bin.
So we're back underway. Davis. This is Edmonds. Does a dummy. Almost could have been a Shepherd there. The referee's picked it up, and it is a Shepherd. He gave himself up there.
He did. He certainly gave himself up. Guilty as charged. He needed to just flop on the spot where he was, and he may have got away with that.
So Smith boots that into the crowd. There's majority of Gloucester supporters on that far side.
Over there at the beer shed.
So we get back underway. Here's Partridge. Gets away from the tackle of Murray, but Ritter brings him down with the help there of Upwood and Hampson. McGrady inside pass to Bard. Bard's just been barreled by Upwood.
Solid tackle.
Here's Eckert. Here's Dean Carter. Can't get over Dean Carter's hairdo. It's brilliant. Here's Damon Bard.
Well, it's a grand final. You've got to make the effort.
Shaver must have run out of batteries midway. Here's McGrady. Chip over the top. The fullback's back there. Brodie Rinkin will field this. He just gets out of the field, well, just inside the field of play, about a metre out. It's number 11, Middlebrook. Mason at dummy half. So Gloucester, 10 out from their own line. This is Ratton. Good defence there. Eckert and Partridge in the tackle. Here's Collins. Collins copped a bump early in the first half. I think he's playing injured. He's doing well. Murray puts this on the toe. Armstrong's had to go back for it. It's gone backwards, says the referee. So good metres there from Armstrong. Now he looks to be injured. And he's holding the knee. So he's just done some good work there.
He's in a bit of agony.
So it's still a stop-start grand final this. 2 points in it. Hopefully young Sam Armstrong's okay on that far side.
Yeah, knees can be funny things, and there's certain ways that they move, but sometimes in a game of football, they just can't go that way.
So I'm not sure if you just picked that up in your effects mics at home, but at half-time in the A-grade game on Field 2, Stockton lead Dora Creek 10-0. The winner of that will play Shortland next weekend.
And whoever does win that game, Paul, plays Shortland next week. Geez, that's going to be a cracker of an A-grade grand final.
Yeah, it certainly will be. It could be third time lucky for Shortland. Maybe.
Maybe, yes. And being a Shortland boy, or former Shortland boy, I suppose my heart would be with those guys. But, yeah, they were unlucky last year against Fingal Bay.
Yeah, whichever way it goes, a team in Sky Blue is going to win the grand final in A-grade.
Quite a coincidence how that worked out, that all three teams that are remaining in the A-grade finals of all of the Sky Blue nature.
Yes, going to be a nightmare to call next week. I'm pretty sure they've all got white numbers on a Sky Blue background, so they haven't done the commentators any favours at all. Out here.
Well, Paul, you should, I suppose, have a word to them since you are on the Newcastle and Hunter board. to do something about these jumpers.
See if I return next year. So Armstrong, he's still down. So this is not good at all for Patterson.
So does that mean that the Newcastle and Hunter AGM, it's a TBC for Paul Arundale?
Quite possibly. So there's a big break in play at the moment, but at least Armstrong, he's sitting upright. He's going to get help now off the ground. And he'll get a good applause from the spectators as he leaves the field. So, referee blows time on again, and we're back underway. Oh, solid contact there. Dylan Young. He's been in for some treatment this afternoon, Dylan Young.
Yeah, he's copped plenty, but he's given a bit out at the moment too.
This is Carter, Dean Carter. Good tackle there from Collins. So this is Humbles. Another good run here. So the Rivers got their back up. Eckert, McGrady. McGrady dances out the back wall. That wasn't supposed to touch Bronson Scott at all. He's just got in the road there, unfortunately, and Gloucester's picked up the pill. I'll go the short side now. This is Gudgeon. Up to halfway. Gudgeon's slow to his feet, and he's limping now. Edmonds, inside ball to Collins. So he goes to Edmonds again. This is Ritter. Ritter tries to get around Eckert. He does. Links up with Picton. Picton. Well, he had O'Brien unmarked on the outside, but he had the blinkers on. This is O'Davis. Edmonds. Inside pass to Staff. Just runs straight at Garland, the smallest bloke on the field. Gets some help from Winkler, and Staff's eventually brought to ground. So Rinkin from dummy half. Tries to pinch a few more metres. 10 out now. Last tackle. He got numbers to the left. Davis. Davis goes that way. Links up with Edmonds. Edmonds has gone through the hands. There could be a try out there on that far side. No, he's gone into touch. Corbin Prettyborn on that far side. Just ran out of field.
Yes, ran out of field, and I think Patterson had the numbers out there. There was never an overlap, so it was going to be a bad miss in defence that would only see a try scored then.
So Jay Smith now gets through with the line. He's got the fullback to beat. Oh, Ratton's hit him with everything. That looked like a shoulder in that. He just lined him up, and Smith is flat on his back.
He threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at him at that tackle.
So, this doesn't look good for Jay Smith.
The tackle had to be made, though, because if he'd have got around him, he was daylight. It was daylight and under the post.
Was it a tackle? But, seriously, Jay Smith, the captain, he's hasn't moved.
No.
Well, now he has, which is good.
Well, that's good to see. Sign of life.
Some niggle early in this grand final, and it's continued on to the second half. The referee's done a good job, really, to keep both teams under control.
Yeah, Darren's done well to keep a lid on it.
So Smith is to his feet. And so we're back underway. So Young. He's been busy, Dylan Young. playing in the middle. Here's Dean Carter. It's Humbles. Bumps off a couple. He's still going. Gets over halfway. He's had some good runs.
As he chalked up some great metres, both in the first and the second half.
Here's Winkler. Ryan Winkler. Twinkle Toes Winkler. Garland at dummy half. McGrady puts this one high. Ratton's at fullback. I'll tell you what. Oh, Gavin was charging through. He spilt the ball, Ratton at fullback, and well, we're going to have a line dropout.
Yeah, Ratton spilled the beans, but luckily, fortunately for him, it went backwards and fallen on by another Gloucester player in the in goal, and the tackle was made, so line dropout. Second chance for Patterson.
So Edmonds with a restart. Gavin's there to field it on that far side. And straight back into the line. Good tackle there from Matt Coote. And 16. Here's the 3. Here's Dean Jones. Had a good hit in the first half, Dean Jones. This is McGrady. Humbles. Rinkin tries to bring him down, and eventually he's helped out there by Upwood. The centre field, Patterson. Here's Winkler. Just dropped to the ground, a metre out. Garland at dummy half. McGrady. McGrady puts it on the toe. It's going to be too big.
Too many wheat bix this morning.
And we'll go back to the 20 for a restart. So a let off there for Gloucester.
Yeah, 20-metre restart and 7 tackles. See what Gloucester can do with it.
So we're back underway. This is Ratton taking a hit up. Rinkin at dummy half. It's the 13 Gudgeon. Crowd on that far side appealing for a penalty. They don't get it. This is Staff. Big body contact there. We've got trouble here. Well, Staff was trying to call for a penalty. Wiggling around. Here's Rinkin. Gets away from one. Rinkin. Trouble there. Prettyborn over Rennett. Edmonds. O'Davis. Davis puts Ritter through a hole. Good tackle around the bootlaces from Matty Garland. It had to be made. That's the last tackle. Picton at dummy half. O'Davis with the ball. He'll put this high down for the fullback. They're coming through, the runners. And he spelled it. It's been picked up. And we'll have a scrum 10 out from the Patterson line.
Well, Paul, it's just like the first half, except it's in reverse. Patterson are coming up with the handling errors, and Gloucester are looking to take full toll.
Well, Sam Armstrong's off the field, the regular fullback for Patterson. So it was young Jackson Partridge back there. He spilt the ball. The runners were coming through, so golden opportunity here for Gloucester.
Yeah, I think that was a case of lots of chases putting on pressure on the young fullback.
So Edmonds will go himself. Good tackle around the legs. 5 out from the line. Murray goes to short side. Hampson. Handful to put down. Eventually he's wrapped up. So they're set deep here to the right. Edmonds. O'Davis. Ritter's been cut out. Ratton's looking for 3. Ratton could get there. Oh, just fell the wrong way. O'Brien at dummy half. O'Brien will go himself. And he's been flipped over and the ref says no, we'll go back 10 metres for a play the ball. Crowd certainly getting vocal here. This is Ritter. O'Davis. Long pass to Edmonds. Edmonds, likewise. This is the number 10 Upwood. Big front rower. He's playing in the backs.
What's he doing out there?
Edmonds again. Puts it on the toe. O'Davis is for it. O'Davis is going to pick it up. No. Good take there from Matt Gavin. Pressure. That's Dylan Young bringing it out now. So Patterson under a fair bit of pressure here. Humbles. He's been strong.
Yeah, very courageous stuff there from Matt Gavin, putting his body on the line to get on the end of that kick.
Well, here we go. There's a chance down the sideline here. Good tackle, Jay Brown. Brodie O'Brien making the tackle. Partridge. The little fella in the headgear also in there to make that tackle, Brodie O'Brien. Body's getting tangled there. Garland comes to short side. Eckert chips over the top. Ratton's back there to take it. Roberts, heavy contact there. Ratton will just get up slow and play it. Mason will go for a scamper from dummy half, but he doesn't get too far. This is Collins.
In the back play, Paul. 14, Scotty Ratton put the hand up after that contact. He's not good.
No, certainly not. It's Hampson. He didn't get too far on that set. So Patterson's defence has been brilliant this set. This is Ritter. Last tackle. They're 45 out from their own line. They need a big kick here. They're going through the hands. Edmonds is under pressure. Gudgeon's with it. They're running it well. And it's overrun it again there on that far side. There's Mason. And that'll be a handover. So still 2 points the margin. Gloucester 16, Patterson 14.
Bad mistake there from Gloucester. They needed to get to their kick.
Here's Dean Carter.
They're in front. They've got to get through their sets, get to the kick, put the kick downfield and play the possession and territory game.
Nathan Bristow. Open the accounts at 8. This is Winkler. Numbers both sides. They'll come to the left. McGrady puts Eckert through a big gap. Eckert could go the way. Oh, he's just thrown it in front of Roberts, but it's gone back in field. Brown's put the ball down. We could still have a try here. We're going to see if... I think that didn't go in a touch. Roberts has flicked it back in. And Jay Brown's got a try. Wow. Wait and see what's going to pop up here.
Touch judge and the referee are in deep in conversation here.
It's going to be a try.
It's going to be a try, yes.
Jay Brown. What about that from Andrew Roberts? The ball is never dead until the flag's up.
Exactly, that's right.
It was a bugger of a pass from Craig Eckert.
Yep. Thought he blew it. Thought Eckert had thrown the awful pass to ruin the opportunity. But Roberts, never say never. He didn't give up on the play. Found a way to keep the ball in and set up the try.
Well, important kick here. Jay Smith is off the field. He's had a few shots at goal. And it's going to be Matthew Garland that's going to try and extend Patterson's lead. 18-16. So, pressure kick. The lights are on here at the Lakeside Complex. If you just tuned in, this is the D-Grade Northern Grand Final of the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League between Gloucester and Patterson River. So Matt Garland, his first attempt today. Another left footer.
And deputising at a pressure time too.
So we're surrounded by Patterson River supporters on this side, and it's just gone quiet. So he strikes it nicely, and it's going to get there. Matt Garland.
Well, that's what you want from your deputy kicker.
20 points to 16 now.
Take the ball out for Cardiff Cobras 20, Gloucester 16.
And the crowd has erupted again now. 20 to 16. Patterson back in front. So we'll go through the hands here. Here's Carter. Run straight at Middlebrook.
Well, you mentioned in the previous game, Paul, you thought it was going to go to golden time. I think this one has an opportunity that we might be playing a little bit of overtime here.
Certainly does. This is Eckert. Winkler just needed a runner. So looking for a 40-20 here. Garland, the fullback's not at home. I'll tell you what, Brown is chasing after it here. Ratton's got some work to do. Ratton's going to pick it up, and Brown.
Very clever kick that from Garland. Got out from dummy half and
Now
put
Mason.
the point to it.
I thought Mason was in trouble there. He got some work to do here, the Magpies. This is Prettyborn. He spilt the ball, it's been picked up. Jay Smith's got it. We could have a play on try here. No, we're not. The referee's called double knock on. Gee. No, referee's ruled a double knock on there, so Jay Smith, he thought he was over for the easiest try he'd ever scored. 20 to 16.
I think you find, Paul, it's Gloucester's feet, so he's ruled that Patterson, in stripping the ball out, knocked it on.
Interesting call. So Patterson, can they hold on here? Good set of 6 in defence. Gloucester's got 70 metres to go. Through the hands now. Davis linking up out there on the far side. It's been spilt out there. There's a few injured bodies out there for the Magpies. McGrady finds Eckert. Eckert gets around one. He's been brought to ground. And Roberts is injured in back play.
Yeah, it was lucky that Gloucester had come up with the error and gave Patterson the possession, because Roberts was down in back play, so there was only 12 men in the defensive line for Patterson.
So Roberts is out of play, so we're back on. It's Bristow. 20 metres out, centre field.
Looks like a bad case of cramp.
This is Winkler. Winkler tries to get away from the defence. Prettyborn's there to wrap him up with Edmonds. So they go the short side. Don't get too far there. 2 metres out from the line. What do they got here? McGrady waits for it. Steps back inside. He goes himself. McGrady's over. Great try. Patterson River. 24 points to 16 with a kick to come right in front of the sticks. Great try from Caleb McGrady.
Well, that was a double bluff there from McGrady. The Patterson River backline were lined up out here to the left. Gloucester could see that. They started to number up. McGrady gets the ball. He steps off the left foot, goes back the way he came, and strolls through under the posts.
So the margin out to 8. Should be 10, you would think. So Roberts just walking in the foreground there. He's still having problems with the legs.
Yeah, bit of cramp. D-grade football, Paul, 80 minutes of football. Usually cramp settles in, especially in the 60, 70 minute mark.
And someone's just sent a question to Bar TV Sports. Are you live streaming the Stockton game? No, we're not. We're doing Gloucester and Patterson River. 24 to 16. So can Gloucester dig themselves out of this hole? Garland adds an extra 2 points. So 26 plays 16. What have the Magpies got?
Well, not only have Gloucester got to battle the Patterson River side to get into this, but they've also got to battle the clock. Short kickoff.
Oh, it's been picked up. Well, it hasn't gone, offside from the kickoff.
Yes, yeah. A few of the outside backs there for Gloucester were too keen to get after that ball. Right idea, poor execution.
Well, the Patterson supporters on this grandstand side, they're getting vocal now. Getting close now.
That's right. I think if Patterson get up, they're going to erupt.
So, restart will happen, 30 out. This is Bristow. Oh, solid contact there from Gudgeon. Again, some of these big shots, they're just missing.
Thankfully.
This is Winkler. So they're lined out here to the left again. And they go to the right. There's McGrady. Cuts out a few. And we've got here another one in the corner, have we? Dean Jones is over. Well, back-to-back tries for Patterson River. And that could be the grand final.
Could be, Paul. If it's not 100% fully shut, the gate is very close to being closed.
Ajar.
Yes.
So Dean Jones scores a try in the far corner, and it's now 30-16. And massive turnaround from 2 weeks ago when these two sides met. Then last week, Patterson, they just got over Stroud in the prelim final. So they've done it the hard way, Patterson River.
Certainly have, but they've stuck at it. They've been in it the whole way through this game, and at times throughout this football game, Gloucester's discipline and execution has probably failed them, hasn't been what it should be. And Patterson just hasn't gone away. They've stuck at this the whole way through.
So as I said, the last time Patterson River played a grand final here at this ground was in 2015, C-grade grand final against Morisset. They got the points, well, they got the trophy that day. So it's a happy hunting ground come grand finals for Patterson River.
I'm sure when they saw the draw that the grand finals being played here at Lakeside, there was probably a few smiles going around the Patterson community.
So Garland from the sideline. And it's waved away. So it remains 30 points to 16. Patterson River over the Gloucester Magpies. It's the D-grade Northern Grand Final here on Bar TV Sports. Hope you're enjoying the stream wherever you are. Just a reminder, next weekend, next Saturday, we'll be at number 1 Sports Ground for 5 grand finals. Jay Smith dancing around, showing his fancy footwork there. Well, he's recovered from that early injury. So he'll take his time playing it. Oh, solid contact there again. Still plenty of sting in this defence.
Well, it's drawn the need from the referee, Darren McSpadden, to go over the ruck just to keep an eye on things.
There's a good run there from Winkler. Now the legs are tangled up. Just eating up a bit more time. Here's McGrady. Bard. Oh. Hampson just flew out of the line there. So Bard will play it. This is McGrady. Out the back it goes. There was almost an intercept there from a Davis. Brown will pick it up. Then Jay Ferry pinches the ball off him and we'll have a scrum 10 metres in field. As I said, next week we've got a big day grand finals at number 1 Sports Ground. Ladies League tag kicks it off. Malabula up against Swansea. Then University against Aberglasson in the A-grade Ladies League tag. Followed by a C-grade grand final, Windale v East Maitland. B-grade will be University v Woodbury. And the A-grade fixture will be Shortland v either Stockton or Dora Creek. Here's McGrady again. He's gone straight through the middle. McGrady's going to score again underneath the posts. Caleb McGrady scores his second try of the grand final. 34-16. Game, set and match for the River.
Yes, shut the gate. As soon as McGrady got into the clear then, the gate was shut, locked, bolted, keys thrown away.
Well, the second half, that's now their 7th try of the grand final. It was looking like being another arm wrestle, but this last 10-minute period, Patterson's just blown Gloucester off the park.
And it's been the little men too, like as 80 minutes of football in D grade, bodies start to get sore and tire, and the little men, they come into their own.
So, a few of the Gloucester supporters have left the field. As you can hear the Patterson supporters giving their players a rousing reception.
Well, I'm sure there's already going to be a crowd congregating either at Patterson Showground or at one of the pubs up there.
Yeah, I think the last time they won a grand final, they partied for about 5 days. So.
Yeah.
Well done. So Garland adds the extras.
Well, they're set up for it. They got the showground. They got the little town. They all come together at the showground and celebrate their win. I'm sure that's what they'll probably do tonight and at least the majority of this week.
So, O'Davis again with a restart. They've gone with a deep kick-off this time, but it's held up in the wind. Scott still hitting with plenty of venom, the Gloucester Magpies in defence. Here's Damon Bard. Gets the 40-metre zone. Another good run from Winkler. Winkler straight up the middle. He's got Garland alongside him, so he's got McGrady, and he decides to take the ball. McGrady could have had a hat-trick. Eckert a dummy half. McGrady with the ball in hand now, puts it on the toe. Ritter's back there to clean it up, and they're going to push him into touch. Good defence from the River. So a scrum to pack on the 10-metre line and a chance for Patterson River to get their 8th try of the day, I should say. The lights are on. I'm confused. So they're taking their time to pack this scrum. Just eat up a few more seconds. So Eckert feeds it, picks it up. Here's McGrady. Long pass out there to Smith. Smith tries to get around Edmonds. He does. Jay Smith's over. He gets his second try of the grand final. He runs around to improve the position. And Patterson River can start celebrating if they already haven't. So 40-16 now. And Gloucester's put the cue on the rack.
Well, that's a just reward there for Jay Smith, their captain. Second try for the game. copped a couple of knocks. He spent a little bit of time off on the bench. He comes back, and what a way to celebrate the second try and the grand final win.
Interesting here, Damon Bard has now got the kicking duties. I think he just turned around the trainer and see if I've got this lined up right. Let's see if the big fella can knock this one over. Oh, he strikes it nicely. Damon Bard adds the extras.
Well, that'll be a good tale back at the pub or the showground tonight. He got
40.
to kick a conversion in the grand final win.
Patterson River 42, Gloucester 16. Damon Bard gets his name on the score sheet.
I'm wondering whether that was an indication that it might be his final game, that he got a conversion, because you see that in the NRL, a lot of players that are retiring take the final conversion.
Well, I haven't seen his stats. I'm not sure if he's got over for a try this year or not, but they've gone for the shallow restart again. And Jay Smith, he's there to take it.
Does that technically mean that he'll be off the nudie run then?
Not quite sure.
Does a conversion count?
Maybe not. They're tough up at Patterson River. Here's Bard. There it is, that's full time. Patterson River are D-Grade North champions for 2018 of the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League. Well done. Great victory. 42 points to 16. And they just completely own the second half. Matt, who was your player of the match out there?
Well, it was pretty tough to choose from because there's some great performers from the Patterson River side. I thought Matt Garland, their hooker, Caleb McGrady, also been a 2-try hero, and Jay Smith, their captain, 2-try heroes. But I think Matt Garland, they're number 9, one of the smallest players out there, but he had a great game in defence and attack.
Yeah, he certainly did. The big forwards as well. Ryan Winkler, he made some pretty good meters.
Yes, yep.
Dylan Young off the bench as well, so they all
contributed. I think they can safely say that when they get back tonight, the showground, that they all put their hand up and they all had a go, and they all contributed to this win. Congratulations to Patterson River.
Well, the fans make their way out onto the field now for the presentation, the celebrations, and it's time for us to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed the coverage on Bar TV Sports. Paul Arundel and Matt Spohr been in commentary with you today. Hopefully we'll be back next Saturday for the other grand finals of the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. But it's time for us to say goodbye. Patterson River up 42-16 over Gloucester. We'll catch you next time.
To ready themselves, like just up to the referees to grab everyone to the stands to make the presentations to the officials. Congratulations to Patterson River. This race is Gloucester. Very hard game, local derby here, your town star and spectators as well. Referees Sharon McSpadden, Rob Firth and Jack Fisher, congratulations on your grand finals today, and keep up the good work. We might see you next year. Darren? Rob Firth and Jack Fisher. And by the way, young Jack has just been appointed to the country rugby league game up in Port Macquarie next weekend, so congratulations again, Jack, on that appointment as well. Thanks, Rob. Now, we're still waiting for the players, or the players to make their way over. Whilst we're